It's now time for Salem Tiger Football on KSMO Media. Before every broadcast, you can hear Tiger Talk, where head coach Neil Myers discusses the evening's contest with Stan Stevens. It's Tiger Talk on KSMO Media.
Welcome to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens and Coach Neil Myers. Head coach the Salem Tigers and St. James Tigers had one heck of a half of football and a real tight ball game all the way through. A real nice run by Noakes to give St. James the lead, but then just one of those kind of bad breaks that happens near an end of a half that can just change the game around. It kind of did on the Salem Tigers last Friday night.
Yeah, that break on Friday, right before half, was a little bit of a deflator. You know, we had the ball. We were getting ready to start driving, down 8 points, definitely easily within grasp of us. And, you know, it was a hiccup. And as a team, we just have to learn that we've got to come back from that. And that's just a little bit of mental toughness and a little bit of learning. And I think that we're making steps and improvements towards that point at this point right now in the season.
We got a little bit of the fumbleitis in the second half, and, you know, total of 5 fumbles on the game. And Coach, when you're fumbling the ball deep in your own zone, as we did in the second half, you're kind of opening the door for the other team to take advantage of that. They don't have to go very far for a score, and you're constantly putting your defense on the field. That's 2 bad things happening at the same time, isn't it?
It is. A lot of the way our offense is set up, there's times where our offense can be our best defense because we can ball control, but when we don't hang on to the ball, that's going to be something that's going to really put stress on our defense. And we have that. We're pretty young on our defense right now, so adding that stress to them is never going to be a positive. Obviously, we'd like to keep our defense off the field and let our offense keep churning and burning that clock as much as possible.
You know, we were watching, and anybody who was at the game watching that first half, you're watching a young man, Jamal Metcalf, starting to develop. You know, you started to see what people can see in this young man. There were times that he was using his eyes and his motion to get through the line, get 2, 3, 4 yards. There's other times, Coach, he hit that line hard as a rock, and you could see that explosiveness in this young man. It's just a matter of time before this young man really puts it all together, isn't it?
So, yeah, with Jamal, the really nice part is that was really his first real go-around for tailback for us. And to see what we saw from it, there's definitely explosion. I mean, he's still learning. Mm-hmm. And I think that as the games go on and as he continues to learn and see the holes and feel that explosion time, I think we're going to see something very, very special from him as the season goes on. I think it'll be a positive for him and for our team as a whole.
And I think people need to know they see him as kind of a skinny guy, but Coach, this kid is ripped. He is well put together, isn't he?
You know, he's a load to come down. When he's got his momentum going forward, there's not many people that are going to knock him back. And that's part of the learning process for Jamal as well. He's got to learn to get a little bit lower as he's coming through the hole. One of the things we've kind of talked to him about this year is, you know, bust through for 3, and after that you can juke and jive all you need to and get those yards where you need to. But And that's just a learning piece for him. But he's a lot bigger than what I think people give him credit for.
You know, another key offensive part of the cog in the offense for the Salem Tigers, I thought the Caden DuBois Cash Howard combination looked very good on some key third down or long yardage situations. Coach, that's good to see.
It is good. It really complements the run game. Once we pound it in there a little bit, it makes it nice to be able to surprise the defense with that. Part of our playbook, you know, has more in store for Caden and being able to throw, but the biggest concern we had going into this year was just the comfort level in the pocket. And I really think Caden's starting to understand that a little bit and understand the step up into the pocket to the open window. And I think we'll see more of that as the year goes on as well.
Unfortunately for Salem, Evan Mendenhall kept getting cramps, and kind of you never knew if he's going to be in or out, and then you didn't really know how far he could go before he cramped back up again, Coach. And that's part of football in the late summer. It just happens to certain players.
It does. You know, if I was going to look at Evan Mendenhall as a player that was going to cramp up in the game, I would have told you that I wouldn't believe that. Evan put a lot of time, a lot of effort in this summer, was definitely out there working. And, you know, Evan's the type of player, he goes out, he does what's expected, and you obviously want to reward that. But it gets harder when situations like that arise. because as you said, Sam, we don't know, how far is he going to make it down there. But, I got to give the young man credit. He went out there. I mean, he had a full-on cramp and about 6 different muscles in both of his legs. And next thing I know, he's tapping me on the shoulder saying, "Coach, I'm ready to go back." So I give him a lot of credit for that.
And he did that like 3 times, didn't he? He was back on defense and on offense, both.
Oh, he's all over for us. He's there at wide receiver, at corner. As a wide receiver, he's in there from the beginning till the end. It seems like he's returning kickoffs, punts for us right now with the load that Jamal's having to take. Jamal had done a little bit of that last year, but with Jamal getting a lot of that load, Evans really stepped up into that role and taken ownership for it very quickly.
But a very even first half, Coach. And I think when people saw this, it looked more like a chess match in that first half. Our defense gave a little bit, but didn't really give. An opportunity near the goal line on a ball that was loose. If Salem would have gotten that, it could have changed the whole game around. But, that's ifs and whats and maybes. But, these are the things. If you can capitalize on those kind of things, you can change a whole football game around, can't you?
Oh, big time. I mean, that was a huge piece. I thought we had a chance at that. I thought we came pretty close to getting it. But that's one of those game changers. And we get those, the tides of the story do change. And like you said, it's a bunch of what ifs and all that. But those are the pieces that we have to capitalize on. And when we get those opportunities, we have to grasp them and go. Getting that ball inside the 10 would have been a great momentum gainer. Might have, changed the pace of the play at that point for us. So it was good, and it would have been good for our defense. Like I said, as young as we are, it would help us out tremendously confidence-wise.
When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about that defense when we return on Tiger Talk right after this.
Now back to more of Tiger Talk on KSMO.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens, Coach Neil Myers. Coach, the Salem Tigers defense really played exceptional in that first half. A couple of big plays. One, a big interception by Caden DuBois down about the 8 or 9 yard line. He picked that ball off, and then he kind of cramped up a little bit, had to run out of bounds. And another fine defensive play on a long bomb by Harlan that Evan Mendenhall step for step with his defender knocked that ball away. Coach, you had to be pleased with both of those efforts and with the effort of your defense, and especially in that first half.
Our defense in the first half played very well. Our secondary played phenomenal, I thought, all night long. They tested us a couple times deep. And we had one situation where we just lost the wide receiver a little bit, but overall we didn't get any gain after the catch. So I thought our secondary played very well, very, very well for what we had seen on film from St. James. Mm-hmm. Where they really hit us was underneath, and a lot of that was fed up by the play calls. We were bringing some blitzes off the edge, and they just hit us in the open pocket where that hole was, and that's part of the game. We got to get there as a blitzer and get to that quarterback. But we gave plenty of pressure, I thought, all night to where he was not comfortable in the backfield.
No, and then he stopped really running, Harlan did, in that second half because then they kind of changed their idea of the pass and just started, just basically either handing it off to Noakes or possibly just throwing that little down and in or down and out. And, they were able to really control the pace of the game at that point. When somebody has that going like that, and they get in that rhythm, you think they're going to dominate. But you know what? St. James didn't really dominate because they kept shooting themselves in the foot with penalties, Coach.
Well, out of the facets of the game, one of the things we'd like to win each week is obviously the penalty battle. Mm-hmm. And we know that, and we did win that part of the game. There was definitely some penalties that helped us out defensively. And they started finding a rhythm with the zone play in the inside with a cutback. And
right.
For us, that's just a little bit of being young. We have 2 very young inside linebackers that are still learning how to play that every day. And that was something for this week that helped us understand more so what our responsibilities were beyond what we had known before. But being as young as we are, great teachable moments.
And, tip your cap where credit is due. I thought Blaine Noakes did have a very good running game for St. James. He was able to weave and pick some spots where he was able to get some key yards for them. But the guys, I really thought the Salem Tigers came up and read him pretty well. Kept him to mostly 3-4 yards, no more than a poppy, and a couple of longer gains, obviously the 44-yarder for the touchdown. But, when you can read that, and you talked about this in our very first Tiger Talk, these guys are learning how to read things. And they're going to make mistakes, especially early in the season. But I thought he did a really good job against Noakes and St. James.
Well, and I think we saw that in the first half for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the second half, the other part for us is we're not as deep as some teams. And when that exhaustion and the heat and Friday night light jitters, as far as the adrenaline and everything of that nature kicking in, we wore down pretty quick. And unfortunately, as young as we are, when we wear down, we tend to lean back on some of our bad habits. And I get it. The exhaustion piece plays a huge part of that. And that leads to that's where we saw a lot more arm tackles in the second half. We had guys going down with cramps. And I don't know, we talk about getting the team ready as far as conditioning. And the hard part for us was the week build up to that game with the heat levels, the places they were. We were unable, by Mission standards, to really be able to get out and condition what we wanted to do on game week. That really kind of hindered us a little bit there for the week build up for it. But overall, I thought that the first half we did a lot of things right. We may not have done everything right. You're going to have that first game jitters, but I thought we did a lot of positives that we could build off of going forward.
Well, we're going forward. We're going to Knob Noster. That's a long way forward, and we're going to head there tonight and take on Knob Noster at Knob Noster, and we're going to come back and talk about that when we return on Tiger Talk right after this.
Now back to more of Tiger Talk on KSMO.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens, Coach Neil Myers, Coach Salem Tigers, going to Knob Noster, a place they have never been. This is a first for them, and it's always good to sometimes go to places you've never been because you just don't know what to expect. But we know the Tigers will be ready to take on this team that last year they played very close.
Yes, last year's game, after watching a little bit of that film, I thought it was a very, very winnable game. Very different as far as, I think, than what had been seen before. So this week, as we're looking at Knob Noster, we've watched quite a bit of film on them, got ready on that pretty much as soon as the St. James game was over, started diving into it. And we see that they're a pretty quick team, not as big as St. James from what we've seen on film. They did play Versailles last week. But pretty quick. They are a spread option team or a spread team, and they run a 3-4 defense.
Okay. When you say speed, do they have mostly a passing game, Coach, that you see, or do they have some explosive speed from the running back position?
Well, they've got their quarterback's pretty athletic. He likes to get out and run, and we're going to have to be able to contain that. We worked on that this week, making sure our depth on our blitzes and our D-line weren't getting as deep, so we opened those teams up. But they've also got a wide receiver and a wing that are pretty explosive as well. From what we've seen from them so far, they like to get to the outside, so I don't think there's much difference than what we had seen from. I'm sure if they watch the St. James, they're going to try to exploit us the same way with the inside zone and the cutback. I think we're prepared for that, and I think we're ready to go with that. But overall, I think there's three players that I've seen from them that have a little quick and a little shake to them that can cause us concern if we don't do our jobs.
So on the defensive side, do they like to try and put pressure onto the quarterback, or are they going to sit back and just wait and see if we can run the ball, or how do you feel that they're going to try and approach this game, Coach?
No, I think we'll definitely see some pressure. I think they realize they're going to have to. We have a pretty big offensive line compared to most, but what I've seen, they've got a linebacker, number 7. He will bring it every time he steps on that field from what I've seen. He's all over the place. He's a big hitter. So we have got to get him a little bit under control. He does like the blitz, so we've made a concerted effort to keep an eye on that when we're on those assignments to where we need to over there. But their free safety is a player that is all over the field, number 5, and he makes plays and can get after it when he needs to, and he does it quite often. So those are two of the players that we've seen on the defense that we're going to have to keep an eye on. And they like to move up front quite a bit, and I can understand why. They're a little bit I don't want to say undersized, but they seem a little bit smaller than what we saw against St. James, but they're going to be moving around.
All right, Coach. Well, let's play a full 48 minutes and come back with a win from the road. What do you think?
That's the plan, and that's what we want to do.
All right, good luck, Coach, at Knob Noster tonight. Take care, Coach.
All right, appreciate it, Sam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Stay tuned. Tiger football. It is next.
You've been listening to Tiger Talk on KSMO Media with Stan Stevens and head football coach Neil Myers. Stay with us for Salem Tiger football. It's next on KSMO Media.
Salem Memorial District Hospital believes that our community deserves the very best healthcare one could offer. We understand that all physicians need the highest quality images to thoroughly treat each situation. With you in mind, Salem Memorial District Hospital has brought these services home, and that includes our new state-of-the-art MRI. Don't waste your time and money driving long distances. Let us take care of you here at home. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
When I meet a new loan customer, I try to drop everything that I was working on prior to them coming in my office and focus directly on what their needs are at the time, whether it be a new car, their first house. I focus directly on what they are telling me and what they are needing. And it doesn't matter if it's a small $1,000 loan or a $200,000 house. I try to treat every client the same.
Welcome to this KSMO media broadcast of Salem Tiger Football. Tonight's game is brought to you by K&H Auto Supply, Salem Memorial Hospital, Farm Bureau Insurance, Salem Memorial Clinic, Country Mart, The Bank of Salem, Napa, Munet Auto Supply, Townscreen LLC, Taxmasters, Town and Country Insurance, Southwest Baptist University, Carroll Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, Ubbs Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, New Life Auto, Haters Sporting Good and Taxidermy, Melvin Motors and more, Southtown Furniture, Healthy Dent County, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center Incorporated, United Country Salem Realty, The Local on 4th Street, Country Chic Boutique and Photography, and Ozark Overhead Door LLC. Now, get ready for Salem Tiger Football right here on KSMO Media.
And welcome to Knob Noster, Missouri, our first ever appearance here at Knob Noster on this artificial turf field, and it is a beautiful field right here by Whiteman Air Force Base. Well, happy Labor Day to everybody. Hope you enjoy the holiday. We're getting ready for the kickoff. Salem Tigers will be receiving the kick, and they'll be on offense the first time out. They did lose the coin toss as we're getting ready for this one to get underway. Plenty of sunshine on the field. We happen to be in the shade, thank goodness, but it's going to be an interesting reception for anybody looking back into the sun. The west side of the field looks directly into the sun. It'll be that way for about another 20 minutes or so, which could create a little bit of havoc, and I think Knob Noster knew that. They're going to kick into the with the sun into the eyes of the Salem Tigers as they get ready to receive. Let's show you those Salem Tiger offensive starters for the game tonight.
Trey Parsons, senior. Owen Hamilton, senior. Wyatt Martin, senior.
Joe Griffith, senior.
Leighton Meek, junior. Landon Hill, junior. Evan Linderhall, junior. Cash Howard, junior. Ray Cunningham, junior. Jamal Metcalf, senior. Caden Du Bois, senior.
Underway, kicking off will be Trey Payne. He is their quarterback, and he also kicks off Evan Mendenhall, the deep man for the Salem Tigers. As we're underway, and the kick is a squibber. Comes down off the shin of a Salem Tiger. Ball still loose. Finally pounced on by the Salem Tigers at about the 31-yard line. That's what will take over first.
Kickoff recovered by number 4, Ray Cunningham.
And Ray Cunningham's the one that finally fell on that ball after it hit the shin.
First down, Salem.
I believe the Salem Tiger player, Ira Barton. Caden Du Bois will be a quarterback tonight. Hopefully the cramps will stay away from the Tigers this evening. Cunningham will be a fullback, and Jamal Metcalf will be the tailback to start things out. Have to watch out for a couple of these real good defensive players for the Panthers. One of them wears number 7. You're going to see him a lot tonight. He's all over the field. Tigers in the eye. Start things out. Initial handoff up the middle, and a short gain by Cunningham of about 2 yards, maybe 3. They're going to spot him down at the 33.
Tackled by a host of Panthers at the
second down. We're going to call it
1 on the play.
8 yards.
Down 9.
Some big games for Morgan Elwell and also for Alex Garrow. These guys they're just all over the field for them. They play linebacker and defensive back. And you're going to probably see them in a lot of tackles here tonight for the Panthers. They like to get up and down the field. Mendenhall wide to the right side. Hill wide to the left. They stay in the eye on a second down. We're still going to call it 8. Cunningham with that handoff up the middle, and he'll get about 3 to the 40 or 36-yard line, closer to the 37.
Okay, by number 4,
actually a good spot. And a gain, we're going to call it a gain of 4. Bring a third
7,
and about long 3. Third down here as the Tigers look directly into the sun. Panthers in a 3-4. As you heard Tiger Talk, Coach Neil Myers explaining that. They like to roam, and they will put pressure on the Salem Tigers if given the chance. Tigers split out to the left side with 2 receivers. Hand off to Metcalf up the middle. He is hit and taken down right away for no gain. Number 64 of the Panthers brought him down, Cameron Jones. So really no gain.
22, Jamal Metcalf.
And the Tigers will be
by number 64, Cameron Jones, and 22.
Faced with a 4th down.
Correction, 27, Brody Gentry.
4th down at about 2.
Gain of 1 on the play, 4th down 3.
Nice play by number 64, Jones. Also get a little help on there. Brady Gentry came in as the secondary tackler. So Metcalf will drop to punting position. Standing at about his own 24-yard line. The snap is back. Gets it off. It's a high, short kick. Comes down, and it is taken by number 5. And Andreas Quinez gets away, and he's going to go down the sideline after breaking a tackle, and he's going to take it all the way for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Panthers!
A 65-yard touchdown return on the punt as the Tigers had him hemmed in. And Quinones takes it 65 yards.
6-0.
Well, that's the best offense you can have. 65 yards on the kickoff return. I should say on the punt return. And what a great way for Knob Noster to get underway here in the first quarter for their first offensive play. Trey Payne, their quarterback end. And they go for 2, and they take it in. Quinones gets that 2-point conversion.
Conversion by number 2, Andres Quinones is good. Knob Noster now leads 8-0.
So 2 plays and 1 on the punt return. 65 yards approximately. I didn't see the official bag thrown. That's why I'm assuming it's 65. Could have been 64. Could have been 66. Somewhere in there where he officially caught the ball. He caught it back over his shoulder. And maybe that threw the Tigers off as they were coming down because the ball's all but past Quinones. And then he turned, spun, and he was by the initial first 2 guys down the field. And then he wound his way down the left sideline all the way for a touchdown. And Salem is down 8-0 here quickly in this game. I don't think anybody saw that coming. So Tigers offense is going to have to pick it up. Last week, Knob Noster lost to Versailles by 2, 26-24. So Payne will kick off. Again. And again, this time he kicks it down the side. There's nobody down there. Going over is Mendenhall to pick it up at the 14-yard line. Mendenhall trying to turn to the right side, going across the field. He's taken down very quickly. Virtually no gain.
Number 6, Evan Mendenhall.
Taken down by number 28, Sam Rosine. So Rosine was right there to cut Mendenhall off. He tried to reverse his field.
First down, Tigers.
And so Salem will be back on offense again. Remember, if you're interested in a nice stadium blanket, you probably don't need it yet, but we will be giving you a chance to get one of those stadium blankets. That'll be a little bit later on after the halftime. We'll wait till halftime, and then we'll tell you that key word you need to go and where to go to sign up for that blanket. Courtesy of our state legislator, Mr. Ron Copeland. Du Bois has it on the option. It tries to keep it and turn up the field. He gets virtually nowhere.
Ball carried by quarterback.
Was read very quickly. Getting in there from the backside was Elijah Avery.
27,
and also Gentry. In there, Brody Gentry. Avery came in from the backside.
Down 10.
And Du Bois had nowhere to go that way, and he tried to cut up the field. Gentry was there to just stop him in his tracks. Second down, still 10 yards to go. Just underway here in the first quarter. 8-0. Knob Noster on a 65-yard punt return for a touchdown from Andres Quinones. Mendenhall wide to the right side. And timeout called by Du Bois as the time clock ran down. 8-0. Knob Noster. We're going to take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
When I meet a new loan customer, I try to drop everything that I was working on prior to them coming in my office and focus directly on what their needs are at the time, whether it be a new car, their first house. I focus directly on what they are telling me and what they are needing. And it doesn't matter if it's a small $1,000 loan or a $200,000 house. I try to treat every client the same.
And right here on KSMO Media, I want to thank Looking Glass Salon, Candy Minks, and Katie Carney for being a proud supporter of our Tigers. Go Big Blue from Looking Glass Salon, Candy Minks, and Katie Carney. Proud to support your Tigers. So Salem offense, who has been stifled so far this year without a point, have got to find some answer here early on against Knob Noster. They already trail at 8-0. They get back in the I formation. Inbounds line to the right side, flip it back to Metcalf. He doesn't have much of a hole at all. And he runs right in to number 35, Carter Balala.
Tackle by number 7, Alex Garrow, and number 30.
Alex Garrow, as we talked about, number 7. He's all over. Babalala is one that got up first. 2-yard gain for Metcalf. Third down and 8. He was stood up just right after the line of scrimmage. Offensive line's got to give these guys a little chance to get to those holes. Bringing the play in, Nathan Gillies for Salem. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Tigers split out quickly. Gillis wide to the left. And a handoff to Cunningham up the middle, and Cunningham's going to get a yard, maybe 2. Going to give him a 2-yard gain up to the 18.
Number 4, Ray Cunningham.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 6.
Cameron Jones. Gain of 2 on the play, 4th down and 6.
Now Salem will be punting again, and Quinones drives deep again. He's looking for his second yet here in the first quarter. Still 7:15 to go. 8-0 Knob Noster on that 65-yard punt return. So Metcalf will stand back right near his 6-yard line. It's not a very deep drop. And pressure, he gets the punt off. Again, Quinones will take this one at the 43, drops it, picks it back up. Flags go down, and he is knocked to the ground solidly by Owen Hamilton. But flags are downfield right at the reception. Usually in the area of holding. Well, let's see.
48-yard line, tackled there by
it's a 5-yard return.
Hamilton.
Oh, that's about a 3-yard return. They spot him down at the 46-yard line. Legal use of hands against Knob Noster, and that'll move the ball back
against the Panthers,
10 yards.
In the back.
So we'll see their offense for the first time. Salem Tiger defense gets its first crack on the field, and let's take a look at those starters.
Jay Arnold, sophomore.
Grant Case, junior.
Thomas Berry, junior.
Gavin Sapal, sophomore. Casey Malone, sophomore. Ray Cunningham, junior. Cash Howard, junior. Evan Mendenhall, junior. Landon Hill, junior. Caden Du Bois, senior.
Panthers!
Three receivers in the pattern as they have first down at their own 36-yard line. Trey Payne at quarterback. And flags go down again. And I believe an illegal procedure motion on
penalty against the Panthers. Illegal procedure, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So bring up first and 15. Payne back with Livingston in the backfield. Keeps it himself. Payne trying to turn to the outside. Has a bit of running room. Picks up 7 yards and almost 8 before being taken down. Then a flag comes flying in from the back. Payne picked up about 9.
Payne, tackle by number 20.
Maybe 8. Coming up for the Tigers, making a good play.
Cash Howard.
But another penalty on the Panthers.
Penalty against the Panthers is helmet-to-helmet contact.
And so after the 8-yard gain, they're going to mark the penalty back 15 yards. So an 8-yard gain for Payne, and then a 15-yard penalty for helmet-to-helmet contact. So it's going to be first down. And right about 22 yards.
Down 32. Correction, 22.
4 receivers in the pattern for Payne. He likes to throw. He had 4 touchdown passes last week against Versailles. He likes to run. He likes to throw. Very good athlete. Man in motion from left to right, and flags go down again as they run out of time. This time it's a delay of game. So 5 more yards.
Panthers, this delay of game, 5-yard penalty.
35 yards of penalties already to Knob Noster. And it's now going to be first and 27. Ball back inside the 20. They have a number of receivers, and we'll try and catch up with those as they come in and out. But they have plenty of them to choose from. In motion, they hand off to Livingston, up the middle, has a hole, turns to the outside, breaks 1 tackle. He's at the 30-yard line, breaking up the field to the 40, back to the middle, still on his feet to the 50. He's got the first down and so much more. No Tiger's going to get him. He's going to go for a touchdown. That's an 81-yard touchdown run for Livingston. Sam Livingston's first carry, he went from side to side, breaking tackle, 81 yards here with 6:26 to go in the first quarter. And it's 14-0.
81-yard touchdown run by number 24, Sam Livingston.
Wow, what a run. He got to the outside. You saw some running room there. He cut back against the grain, and the Tigers were all caught on the left side of the field as you're heading west. And man, did Livingston make him pay. He cut across the field and outran everybody. Payne looks to throw, rolls to his right. He may run it in. Nope, he's steady, throws it, tosses it off. And catching that, number 7 is number Alex
15,
Garrow.
Trey Payne complete to number 7, Alex Garrow. 2-point conversion.
Payne to Garrow for the 2-point conversion.
16-0.
And it's a 16-0 lead early in this first quarter, and this is not what Tiger fans expected. We've played 5 minutes and basically 34 seconds, and really 2 big plays by Knob Noster has them in the lead. 81-yard run for Livingston in this one.
As they are going to feed the booth as well.
New Life Auto, proud to support your Salem Tigers. Wishing them the very best this season. Go Big Blue. Remember, be watching for your chance to get the stadium blanket courtesy of Ron Copeland, our state representative. We'll do it at halftime or right before halftime. We'll tell you how to get signed up for that blanket. And it'll be really easy to do. Just go on our KSMO website, and you will see the blanket right now. But you can even go to the page right now and take a look at it, or go to where it says current events at the top of the page, or go right to the splash page. It'll take you there. And then when we give you that word, you have that word put in there, put the way we can contact you, and you can be eligible for a beautiful stadium blanket courtesy of our state representative, Ron Copeland. That's coming up a little bit later on, right here on KSMO Media. Well, two big plays by Knob Noster as Salem down. They've only run one offensive, truly run one offensive play to gain yardage.
The Leader in Me program.
But it really was their second play. They got 8 yards on one carry, and then a 15-yard personal foul after a head-to-head contact was made. So Tigers are going to have to figure something out very quickly. Here's the kick coming back, taken by the Tigers player Atticus Givens. Givens trying to turn the corner and then back into the middle, and Givens will get it up to about the 27-yard line. I think he fumbled the ball, and it will belong to Knob Noster. Givens fumbled the ball as he got tackled.
Kickoff taken by number 3, Atticus Givens. Returns it to the Tiger.
So Knob Noster will have it at the 27-yard line.
And fumble recovered by number 30, Trayvon Hudson. First down, Panthers!
So Knob Noster knocking at the door again here early in this first quarter. So Trey Payne didn't even chance to sit down after kicking that ball off. He'll get right back out there. Quinones in motion, goes back to throw, fires it out for Quinones. He has the ball, and a flag goes down as he turns upfield and gets to about the 15. It'll be enough for a first down, but a flag down right around the 22nd or 22-yard line.
The Panthers have another first down, but there is a flag on the field.
So Quinones turns the ball upfield, but a flag down and holding called against Knob Noster. So they'll negate about 7 yards of that gain, and they'll move it back from the 21-yard line. So a completion for Payne of 8 yards.
The Panthers is holding 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Remains first down.
To Quinones. But another penalty of 10 yards for Knob Noster. Payne heads the ball up the middle, trying to get to the outside. Livingston again runs into his own player, now reverses the field, and a clip right there. And there's going to be another penalty as Livingston gets down to about the 12-yard line, but a flag's going to be thrown back at the 29-yard line. It's one of those defenseless player hits.
For the moment, the Panthers have a first down, but there is a flag on the play.
Defensive player hit against Knob Noster, and that's a personal foul.
For a cherry pick.
And Knob Noster right now with 6 penalties for 60 yards, and we have played 6 minutes and 1 second. They lead it 16-0, but that's going to move the ball back all the way to the 44-yard line. That was behind the line of scrimmage. And now they are going to take a hydration break. Nope, Knob Noster is actually going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. With the score, Knob Noster 16, Salem nothing. Let's take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Season beating Notre Dame and Smith Cotton this week. They will play Holden on Tuesday, September 5th at the Knob Noster Sports Complex.
Tater Sporting Goods and Taxidermy are proud to be supporters of our Salem Tigers, wishing them the very best this year. Go Big Blue from Tater Sporting Goods and Taxidermy. Well, the Tiger defense have been benefited by 60 yards of Knob Noster penalties. However, they haven't been able to keep them out of the end zone. A punt return of 81 yards and punt return of 65 yards and a 81-yard run.
Monday at Higginsville.
And penalties I mentioned have kind of negated some of the plays.
Start time will be at 4 p.m.
3 receivers in the pattern. Garrow is going to be in motion. Payne rolls to his right. A little bit of pressure from Salem. Payne looking deep. Fires it deep down the field, and it's knocked away. Nice play by Evan Mendenhall. He just got a finger on it and tipped that away from James Williams.
6, Evan Mendenhall.
Evan just got enough of it. He was going for the interception, looking right in the sun, and then deflected that ball. Williams couldn't bring it down. Second down and just about 27 to go from the Salem Tiger 44-yard line. Payne's got an arm. He's in the gun. Waiting for the snap, gives it off to Livingston. Tigers miss a tackle in the backfield. Livingston back up, breaking some more tackles. Good stiff arm there, and finally brought down after a gain of about 5. Brought down by Metcalf.
Sam Livingston, tackled by number 22, Jamal Metcalf.
Gain of 5 by Livingston. It's third down and still about
27 on the play.
2 to go.
Third down, 20.
Play clock down to 11. As Williams goes wide to the left side. He's flanked out there by Quinones. And Garrow in the slot. Back is Payne. Gets some pressure. Rolls to his right. Still rolling. Fires it out of bounds. Tigers with good pressure on there, getting in for the Salem Tigers. Number 76, Leighton Mink got in there and was really in the face of Trey Payne. He just threw that ball away. It'll bring up fourth down. It's still about 21 and a half to go. Ball at the Salem Tiger 38-yard line. 16-0 Knob Noster. New receiver in, Sam Rosen. He goes wide to the left side. First time I've seen him at the receiver position. Quinones out there with him on the left. Back to throw. They set up the screen. Pass up the middle to Garrow. And he is still on his feet to the 30. Still breaking tackles. Still going down to about the 26-yard line.
Payne's pass
a gain of about 10.
Garrow.
Almost 11.
Number 6, Evan Mendenhall. Panthers failed to reach the line to gain. Turn the ball
so
over.
Salem will have the ball back after the big stop. Mendenhall came up. A couple other Tigers out there on that play. Gavin Sapah was near that play. A couple of guys got hands on him. There's about 4 or 5 Tigers in on that tackle. Garrow is Alex the junior, and he's a load to bring down. Play clock down to 9 seconds. Salem's going to either take a penalty or take a timeout because they got 4 seconds left. And Salem will burn a timeout. 4:36 to go in the first quarter. It's 16 for Knob Noster. It's nothing for Salem. Back at 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
I'm Dr. Tiffany Bland with Salem Memorial District Hospital. Recently, there have been many changes within our local clinics and hospitals, and you may find yourself looking for a new provider for your children. At SMDH, we would like to reach out to the community to let you know that we do see patients of all ages. Most of our providers are family practice, which means that we have been trained to see well child visits as well as sick visits. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
It's greatly appreciated. Remember, the East Hill and the tennis courts are off limits to all spectators, and no spectators should
Welcome back
enter the field
to
play at any time.
Knob Noster, Missouri on this Labor Day weekend. 16-0 Panthers. Tigers back on offense at their own 26-yard line. Had to take a timeout as the play clock ran down. They're very fast getting that play clock going here in Knob Noster. And as soon as that ball is turned over and they spot it down, that clock is going. The Tigers are going to have to speed things up. They're not used to that. Usually they wait till the official actually clocks it. And so that I have not seen here. The official hasn't really even shown the clock at all. He just spots the ball and they start it. Now with the plays as coming to a halt, now he clocks it. When he shoots the arm down or tells him to roll the clock. But play had been stopped. Back to throw, Du Bois. Has open. Metcalf, he's there, and interference is going to be called. No doubt on that one. Jamal was wide open.
Pass intended for number.
And back with him was number 28, Sam Rosine, and he commits pass interference.
Is incomplete.
And that'll be a penalty, and that'll be a first down for the Salem Tigers. That is not a location penalty. They don't have that in high school, but that would have been about a 40-yard gain for Salem. Instead, it's just going to be enough for a first down. To the 30, should be the 36-yard line. But the officials can't figure out where to put the ball. They're having a little issue here.
Penalty is 15 yards from the original spot, and will result in a first down for the Tigers.
They finally have decided. And so, Knob Noster with their 7th penalty. Salem Tigers get their first down. And they have the ball at their own 41-yard line. 4:29 to go in this first quarter. Lots of penalties by the Panthers early on in this game. Lots of yardage, too. See the Tigers can do here. Try and get that offense going. That's a good pass by Du Bois, and Metcalf was there. But the interference prevented him from getting that ball. Du Bois again back to throw. Rolls to his right. Fires that ball out. It's intercepted. Intercepted on the sideline, picking that ball off.
Number 30, Trayvon
was number
Hudson
30.
With the
And then Trevor Hudson with the interception. So Hudson not only has a fumble recovery, but he has an interception. So Du Bois throws the interception. And the Tigers turn the ball over again. So a fumble and an interception. Give the ball to the Panthers at the 50-yard line. Morgan Elwell goes wide to left. First time we've seen him out there. They go trips to the right. 1st and 10. Payne fires it out quickly. Getting it there. And trying to turn upfield very quickly is Livingston. And he'll gain about 6.
Payne's complete.
Just a little pass out in the flat to Livingston.
Pass complete to number 24, Sam Livingston. Tackled by number 22, Jamal Metcalf.
And a gain of 6.
Gain of 6, second down 4.
Second down, we're going to call it 4 yards to go. Salem Tiger 44-yard line, first quarter action, 3:50 to go. Rosine goes wide to the left side. Again, 4 receivers in the pattern with 1 slot back. And that's Garrow. He now moves from right to left. Payne barking out instructions. Now has him go in motion. And another flag goes down. Looks like another delay of game. As you mentioned, these guys don't clock it.
Penalty against the Panthers is delay of game. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
And so most of the teams are maybe, and I don't know if that's for the Panthers, but I know Salem is used to the officials setting the ball down and then clocking it. Usually you see that windmill of the arm. Haven't seen that yet by these officials. I have seen him push his arm down, but if I was on the team, if I was on the field, I would not know that has started the clock. So if you're not watching him, now I find for the first time I've seen the windmill, and maybe that was brought up to him by an official, another official or a coach. Payne gets it, turns it off to Livingston, who is hitting the backfield and taken down for a 3-yard loss. A gang of Salem Tigers right there. 2 Tigers, Ard and Barry.
24, Sam Livingston.
We're right there, and at the very bottom of that pile was number 62, Grant Case. He was on the bottom of that pile. 3-yard loss for Livingston.
Loss of 3 on the play, 3rd down 12.
Third down, 12 yards to go, 2:51 and counting here. First quarter, 16-0. Knob Noster back to throw. Payne has time, gets pressure, fires it deep down the field, intended for, and caught and dropped. Caught and dropped by Sam Rosine. He had it, dropped it.
Payne's pass intended for number 28.
It's a little bit short.
Rosine is
and
incomplete.
It's caught and
Brings
dropped.
up 4th down.
And so it'll be 4th down and 13. So he underthrew his receiver, which benefited him because he was able to get away from the defender, but then he had the ball caught about his knee high, and then as he tried to bring the ball up, it fell from his hands. Mendenhall will go back to field the punt. Payne back to punt. A little bit of pressure. It's a low line drive punt. Down around the 20-yard line and stays inbounds and bounces near Mendenhall, but Evan was able to avoid that. That ball almost went out of bounds and then actually made a quick left turn back to the field of play.
Punt blown dead by number 5.
And falling on that ball down at the 6-yard line was Quinones, and Salem will start out deep in their own territory at the 6 with 2:30 to go in the first quarter. Salem trails at 16-0. Melvin Motors and more are proud to be supporters of our Salem Tigers, wishing them the very best this year in all athletics and all activities. Go Big Blue from Melvin Motors and more. All right, so the Tigers at their own 6-yard line. Du Bois at quarterback. Cunningham, a single setback as they put Metcalf split out wide to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Du Bois off to Cunningham, and he'll get out to the 10-yard line, a gain of about 3 or 4. We'll give him a gain of 3.
Cunningham, tackle by number 35, Carter Boulay. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down 8.
Tigers deep in their own zone here with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Have not seen the Panther side of the field yet. 2 touchdowns by the Panthers in pretty quick order. An 81-yard run by Livingston after Quinones returned a punt for 65 yards. So that all happened quickly and early. But the Tigers have a lot of time to come back, try and get some offense going. Cunningham the up man. Metcalf deep as Tigers are in the eye. Handoff to Metcalf, trying to get to the outside. Turns that corner. Metcalf gets it out across the 15 to about the 16. Close to a first down, but I think he's short by about a yard.
22, Jamal Metcalf.
Gain of about 7. Quinones came up, made the tackle, but not until he got 7 yards. 3rd down and 1.
Gain of 6, 3rd down 1.
Down to a minute left to go in this first quarter. Tigers trying to get their 2nd first down of the game, first by a non-penalty. 3-4 for Knob Noster, and Metcalf again carrying the ball, and this time he gets 4 yards and a first down. Nice carry off that right side by Metcalf.
Metcalf. Tackle by number 7.
And the first down for the Salem Tigers that they earned. The 21-yard line is where they have the ball with 44 seconds to go left in the first quarter. You notice we happen to be near the announcer, right? In case you had noticed, I'm sure you will now. They stay in the eye. Du Bois dropped the snap and then moves forward 2 yards.
Ball carried by
and there
12,
seems to be one of the Panthers is down, and even their own teammates have waved for somebody to come over.
Gain of 1, second down.
Du Bois
9.
gains a yard. They're going to spot his knee down at the 22-yard line.
Panther on the field.
So Caden Du Bois with his first positive carry of the night. Not intentionally, the ball came out of his hands. He just picked the ball up and moved forward to try and get something positive out of that play with 14 seconds left to go, and there is a Panther down on the field. While they're attending to him, we're going to tell you we have Cardinal baseball coming up later on the radio side tonight on delay basis after this contest. And then tomorrow, Cardinals play Pittsburgh at 5:20 and Sunday at 12:20. Congratulations, Missouri, on winning their first game last night, 35-10. And congratulations to Deanna Atkinson on Tuesday night, getting her first win as a head coach in volleyball. And that's a big win for her. Salem 1-2 on the year, but that was a big win at St. James. And they've played very competitively. Check out the Lady Tigers next Tuesday. They'll be in Eminence. That's a varsity game only. And now it starts at 6:30. 6:30 start next Tuesday at Eminence, taking on the Lady Red Wings. 14 seconds to go in this first quarter. Tigers in the eye. Mendenhall wide to the left. 2nd and 9. Du Bois giving it to Metcalf. Metcalf trying to burst up the middle. Gets out to about the 28. He'll pick up just about 5 or 6. We'll see where he spot his knee down. So that looks to be a little bit closer to 27.
Tackled by number 55, Aiden Cruz.
Nope, they're going to give him 5 yards, make it, and it's 3rd down and 4. But we have come to the end of the first quarter. It's Knob Noster 16, Salem nothing. We'll come back in 1 minute with the second quarter. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Welcome back to Knob Noster. Sun has finally made its way over the horizon, so it's no longer in the eyes of the players. Very pleasant night here at Knob Noster on this Friday night, first day of September. Tigers facing a 3rd and 3 in the I formation. Giving it to Metcalf, turning outside on the left wing, and he's going to get enough for a first down. He's going to pick up 5. Just kept going to that outside and pushing his way through. Got a good block out that way from looked like Silas Du Bois.
Metcalf moves the ball to the Tiger 34.
Gain of 5 and a first down. 23 yards, 6 carries for the Tiger running back. And it's good to see them moving the ball on the ground. I know that's what Coach Myers wants to do and keep that offense out there a lot longer than the defense. Knob Noster with a 16-0 lead on 2 big plays early in the game. Tigers' play clock is down to 7, and they're not set yet. And they only have 1 timeout left. They'll have to burn their last timeout of the half. as Du Bois asked for timeout.
This is their last timeout of the half.
And so they are out of timeouts with 11:25 to go in the half. 1st and 10 for Salem. We'll come back in 30 seconds with more Tiger football on KSMO Media.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
Welcome back to Knob Noster, Missouri. We hope everybody has a safe and happy Labor Day holiday from all of us at KSMO Media. Hey, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center Incorporated, they're proud to be a supporter of our Salem Tigers, wishing them the very best throughout the season. Go Big Blue from Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center Incorporated. Tigers send out Silas Du Bois wide to the left side. They keep everybody else pretty tight. Man, the slot is Hill. Hand off to Metcalf. Breaks a tackle, dives forward, and he'll pick up about 3, maybe 4. Which depends on the spot. They're going to mark him down at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of just about 3.5. We'll go ahead and give him 4.
Ball carried by number 22, Jamal Metcalf.
Metcalf getting the blunt of the carries here.
Play, 2nd down, 6.
Du Bois checks out as Gillis brings in that play. Cunningham, the up man. Tigers without a couple of big players in their lineup. Metcalf again up the middle. Not much room this time. He's only going to get about 1.5 yards. He is shut down.
Ball carried by
number of Panthers stopped up. 48 was the first one. Landon Works was the first one there.
Gain of 3 on the play, 3rd down, 3.
Well, actually, they give him a pretty good spot across the 40, a gain of 3. So with 3rd down, and we're going to call it 4. Gillis wide to the left side, Mendenhall wide to the right. Hand off to Metcalf again. This time he's trying to spin and turn. The ball comes loose after the fact. After he was down after a gain of 1. It'll bring up 4th down and 3.
Metcalf, tackled by number 7, Alex Garrow. Metcalf ruled down before the ball came out. Brings
4th down and 3 for Salem.
Gain on the play.
From their own 41-yard line. 9:40 to go in the half. Tigers have no more timeouts. They're going to make a decision pretty quick. It looks like they're going for it. Play comes in from the sideline. So on 4th and 3, Coach Neil Myers is going for the 1st down. Gillies wide to the left side. Play clock down to 1. They need to get off, and they do not. As a matter of fact, flags went down. Looked like the Panthers jumped offside because the play clock was going down. It will all depend. Now, I do know the back judge threw his flag, which usually indicates delay a game. That may change the Tigers' philosophy, and it is going to be delay a game, and that's a 5-yard penalty again. As I was mentioning, if they're going to make a decision, they need to do so quickly, and they didn't do quick enough.
Penalty remains 4th down.
Tigers' first penalty, but it hurts them big time. As now it's not 4th and 3, it's 4th and 8, and they're going to have to punt the ball away from their own 36-yard line. So a good offensive start there for the Tigers. Got some ground game going, ran off some clock, got some positive yardage. Unfortunately, couldn't finish it the drive. Metcalf gets it. He's faking it. He's going to run it. He's got a lot of room. He's got the 1st down and goes out of bounds at the 50 and is hit and knocked into the Panthers sideline. No flag went down. And a gain up to the 50-yard line. They're going to plot him where they actually going to spot him. At the 47-yard line. and goes to the 31 all the way to the 47.
47-yard line.
That's 23 yards and a first down on the fake punt.
Tigers.
So the first down for Salem. Boy, Metcalf had a lot of room out there. He made the right decision as the Panthers came in out the side, left that end wide open. Du Bois gives it to Metcalf again. He's fired up, and he gets to the 45-yard line. A gain of only 2.
By number 22, Jamal Metcalf. Tackled by number 64, Cameron Jones.
He's got 11 carries, 56 yards. 16-0 Knob Noster. They hit on 2 big plays early. In case you're just joining us, Salem Tigers had to punt after initial possession. A 65-yard punt return by Quinones put Knob Noster on top. And then after the Tigers' next punt, Knob Noster got an 81-yard run from Sam Livingston. And that's where the score is right now, 16-0. Back to Metcalf, ball loose, and Knob Noster has it. The pitch by Du Bois was not able to be handled by Metcalf, and so Knob Noster recovers it to Salem 47-yard line. That's the 3rd turnover for Salem here in the first half. So the Panthers have the ball in Salem Tiger territory. I do not know who recovered that one. For Knob Noster. 8:07 to go. And Payne and company are back on the field. Morgan Elwell down wide to the left side. He's one of their key receivers. Haven't thrown to him yet. Back to throw is Payne. Gets a little bit of pressure, now rolls to the other side. Nobody there. Trying to fire it deep down the field, and it's overthrown. Incomplete.
Payne's pass
tended out there for Quinones.
Quinones is incomplete.
But too high.
By number 20, Hayden Dubois of the Tigers, 2nd down 10.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. I'll tell you, this Payne kid has an arm. He threw that ball 40 yards flat-footed. That's not bad. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Slot is Garrow. Hand off to Livingston, and Livingston is hit right away, and he's going to get stopped after a yard gain. First man in for Salem was Ira Barton. Barton got some help, but Ira's the first one to get him.
Tackled by number 14, Ira Barton. No gain on the play, 3rd down 10.
We're going to give him a yard. They gave him about 2 feet. They'll bring up 3rd. We're still going to call it about 9.5. Payne from the far hash mark, rolling to his left. And he is hit and taken down for a sack from behind. The Tigers get in there and sack him for about a 5-yard loss. That was Gavin Sapaw.
67, Charlie. Oh, correction, 57.
What a play by Sapaw to come from behind.
Loss of 4 on the play brings up.
They'll bring up 4th down and 13. So a loss to Payne of about 4.5 yards. He's back to punt. Gets it off. It's a line drive punt toward Mendenhall. It's going to go out of bounds, though, at about somewhere around the 25-yard line. See what the official spots at 27. So not a very good punt. Salem will have the ball at their own 27-yard line. 6:41 left to go in the half. The officials call a timeout. I believe the teams are going to go get a drink. So a hydration break. We're going to take a 30-second break and come back. 16-0 Knob Noster back in 30. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. proud to support the Salem community. They're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Trust at 729-9276.
The Warsaw.
If you're interested in qualifying for that wonderful stadium blanket courtesy of Representative Ron Copeland, well, I'm going to give you the key word right now. You can go on and do it. Yeah, we're going to do it right now. 6:41 left to go in half. The key word tonight is victory. So go to our splash page, or you can go to the current events and the Ron Copeland Stadium Blanket giveaway, and all you got to do is put that keyword in, victory, and a way to contact you, an email, phone number, etc., and we'll put you in the drawing, which will be held by the 7th of September before our next broadcast on KSMO Media, which will be next Thursday with the Lady Tigers taking on Owensville from the high school gym. That keyword, victory. Get signed up for that Ron Copeland Beautiful Stadium Blanket. You might just need it later on this year. Tigers have the ball at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Caden DuBois at quarterback. And they all got into position. All of a sudden, Salem is called
against the Tigers is illegal procedure. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
And I think the official is having to talk to a couple of Tigers. I didn't know they even got set yet. I don't think Trey Parsons did either. He's kind of asking the official, I wasn't even set. Doesn't matter. They say you were. You were. So Parsons in a slot right. He had to, and maybe he didn't report. That might be the problem there. Play up the middle, not going to get too much for Salem.
Ball carried by number 4.
Ray Cunningham's going to get maybe a yard.
Number 7, Alex Garrow.
They're actually going to give him 2. This little dive play up the middle. They've been going with Metcalf and gave Cunningham a crack at it. Halfway through the second quarter almost. 16-0 Knob Noster.
Don't forget to support the junior class as they make their way through the crowd tonight.
He had a 65-yard punt return and an amazing run by Sam Livingston of 81 yards where he went from one side of the field to the other and back. He had to run a long way. Tigers with 4 receivers in the pattern. Cunningham to single setback. DuBois drops the ball. He's being chased. Fires it deep down the field. Tended for Silas DuBois, and he can't hang on. He's reaching for it, and he got pushed down at the last second by James Williams. A good defensive play by Williams. And Silas all but brought that one in.
Number 1, James Williams.
It'll bring up third and still about 13. Silas got behind Williams. But Caden had dropped the initial snap, and that just threw the timing off just a little bit. Otherwise, I think that would have been a good play because he'd gotten that ball off just a little quicker where Silas was still in motion going behind Williams. 7 seconds left on the play clock. Tigers go 2 by 2. DuBois back to throw. Getting pressure quickly. He's going to go down. He is sacked at the 18-yard line.
Number 15, Tyler.
Coming in behind him, and DuBois comes up limping.
He is tackled for a loss by number 48, Landon Wirtz.
Landon Wirtz brings him down, and Caden is limping off.
38, Connor Morris.
38 is the first one to get to him and finished off by number 48, Landon Wirtz. Wirtz had a heck of a game last week against Versailles. Was one of their big tacklers. So Caden over on the sideline. He's going to hobble to the bench as Metcalf will have to go back to pass. So DuBois taken down for a loss of about 10. Actually, we're going to call it 8. Spot him down. So now another delay of game, as I mentioned. This is not the first penalty.
Penalty remains 4th down.
And I blame a lot of this on the officials. They're spotting the ball, and then they're starting the clock. And again, they have to clock it. They have to give the guys a chance to get to the ball. Now, finally has done it right. Gives the guys a chance to get to it. Metcalf will kick the punt. It's a bad punt. Very short, coming down right near the Panthers bench, and it takes a Panther bounce to the 35, 36-yard line. They're going to mark the
Tiger
37.
Out of bounds at the Tiger 37-yard line. Knob Noster
Actually,
takes over there.
Going to be about a 26-yard punt.
Panthers!
And the Panthers will have the ball in very good position. 4:40 to go. The ball may have gone off the side of the foot of Metcalf. It hit and then angled directly toward the bench of the Panthers. Not much carry to that ball. And so Trey Payne and the Mean Machine out there is what it looks like from the movie. The way they're black and red, they have that on there. The same kind of colors coordination. Payne gets it to Livingston. Livingston trying to tackle to the outside. He gets all but pulled down. He gets close to a first down. Finally finished off by the Salem Tigers player. Number 62, Grant Case. Livingston's going to gain 11 yards and a first down.
Gain of 11 on the play.
He's got 95 yards and 5 carries. And they're going right back at it. No huddle. Another give to Livingston. Same play. Turns, spins, breaks away from 2 tackles. Still on his feet inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. 3 Tigers bring him down.
Ball carried by number 24.
After a gain.
Tackled by number 14, Ira Barton.
Of about 7, but a flag is down. Just looks like holding, and it is against the Panthers.
Gain of about 8 on the play.
Livingston started on the right side, cut back against the grain, and the holding flag came in on that right side as the Tigers pursued. That's going to negate that carry. That's going to cost him another 10. That is the 9th penalty. 9th penalty for Knob Noster.
Penalty against the Panthers is holding.
90 yards in penalties.
Remains first down.
First down and 21. Hand off to Livingston, and Parsons had him, couldn't hold him, but he slowed him down. The Tigers get to him quickly. Again, Case in on that tackle. Trey Parsons had him, just couldn't bring him down. No gain for Livingston.
Number 24, Sam Livingston, tackled by number 57, Gavin Sapaw.
Seven carries for Livingston, 94 yards. Brings up second, still about 20. Payne wants to run maybe. No, turns and spins. Turns the other way. Fires it out to Livingston as he got away from Parsons. A lot of room out there. Livingston down the sidelines. Another flag goes down. He'll get down to the 20-yard line. A gain of 15, but a flag thrown at about the 23.
Complete to number 24, Sam Livingston. Tackled by number 6, Evan Mendenhall, and 15, Casey Malone.
We'll see what they're going to do with that. The flag came down at about the 23-yard line. Again, it's against the Panthers. Looks like holding. So it'll be a gain of 12 yards and that 10-yard penalty.
Penalty against the Panthers is illegal block in the back.
Sorry, they said illegal block in the back. I thought he showed holding. Still a 10-yard penalty. And second down and 17. Two by two on the receiving core. Livingston a single setback. With the ball is Payne. He wants to carry it himself, trying to turn to the outside, turns the corner, and he's got a lot of running room, and Payne's going to take it to the end zone.
Number 15.
No flag went down, even though it looked like an illegal block on the left side. But a 34-yard run by Payne. And it's 22-0. .257 to go in this, the second quarter. And they'll go for 2. Williams and Quinones wide to the right side. They like to go to those guys in these 2-point conversions. Let's see what they want to do. Payne looks that way, now takes it himself. Payne trying to get in for two, and he does. Payne saw an opening to the left.
Trey Payne with the carry. 2-point conversion is good.
And Knob Noster now up 24 to nothing. Looks like there's a flag down. Well, I thought there was a flag down. In the end zone. Still waiting on the official, but they're not taking it off the board, so it must be against the Salem Tigers. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Penalty against the Panthers is unsportsmanlike conduct. That penalty will be enforced on the
so that's going to be on the kickoff. So 24 to nothing. The Panthers with yet another penalty. This is almost kind of embarrassing. And that will be enforced on the kickoff. 2:57 to go in a half. United Country Salem Realty, Babette Wells, broker and owner, a proud supporter of our Salem Tigers, wishing them the very, very, very best. He's going the wrong way as he's trying to mark off the penalty. Should be going the other way. He was shortening the field for the Salem Tigers. Supposed to be shortening the field. He was actually lengthening it by walking up to the 50-yard line. And 115 yards in penalties on the Panthers in this first half. I don't know what the record is for penalties, but this, wow. I don't ever remember a game this far in the first half with that many penalties and that amount of yardage. Nonetheless, we still got time to go. 24-0. Payne to kick it off. And the kickoff comes down to the Salem Tigers. They take the ball at the 35-yard line, trying to find his way up the field. Nice return by the Tigers. Atticus Givens gets the ball back to the 42-yard line or 43-yard line
Kickoff taken by number 3, Atticus
Knob Noster. Atticus brings it back about 23 yards. That's a good return by Atticus Givens.
There by number 15, Trey
And so the Salem Tigers have the ball in Panther territory at the 44-yard line.
Landon Wirtz, first down Tigers.
Beautiful evening here in Knob Noster on this Labor Day weekend. Well, Du Bois got his leg taped up. Caden's a gamer. He's back out there. In at quarterback. Back to the I formation. Cunningham the up man. They give it to Metcalf. Metcalf hit behind the line, and he's going to go down for a loss of 3.
Metcalf hit. 22, Jamal Metcalf.
Hit by number 7, Alex Garrow.
Alex Garrow.
He got to him first and slowed him down. And it'll bring up second down.
And second down 14.
13. Ball at the 47-yard line of the Panthers. Nathan Gillis brings in the play for the Tigers. He and Mendenhall split out wide to the right side. Gillis in the slot. Hand off to Metcalf, trying to turn to the outside, and Carroll again coming through. Nails it for a yard loss.
22, Jamal Metcalf. Tackle for a loss by number 7, Alex Garrow.
Garrow shot the gap and got Metcalf where he could get to the outside. And so Metcalf with a loss of 1.
Third down 16.
Ball back at about the 49-yard line. Closer to a 2-yard loss. We'll leave it at 1. With a minute and a half to go. Du Bois and Mendenhall wide to the right. Third down. Right now we're going to call it just about 15. Du Bois to Metcalf. Metcalf with a little bit of a hole will gain about 5 of that back. But he's still going to be short on 4th down. The Tigers more than likely will go for it. With a minute and 5 left to go in the half.
Ball carried by number 22, Jamal Metcalf. Tackled by number 38, Connor Morris.
So 4th down, we're just going to call it 10. with 50 seconds to go.
Gain of 6 on
the
the
Knob
play.
Noster
4th
marching
down, 10.
band ready to come on for halftime. 24-0 Panthers. Tigers, after giving up 2 early touchdowns, played pretty well defensively. But after a fumble near midfield, the Panthers took advantage and were able to score. Back to throw. Du Bois throws the ball straight up in the air, out of bounds, and that's going to be intentional grounding. On 4th down, Du Bois was getting blitzed from the outside, and he just threw the ball up in the air toward the bench. Intentional grounding, and they can...
Penalty against the Tigers is intentional grounding. Play results in a loss of down.
Let's see what they're going to do with that.
Loss of yardage. Tigers turn the ball over to the Panthers.
Officials really are confused here as to what to do. The intentional grounding is a loss of down. The Tigers don't have another down to give. So it's either an incomplete pass or you take the penalty. But then what do you do with that? You take the penalty. Why wouldn't you?
Tigers
first
ball
down.
Run down. Knob Noster takes over at the Tiger 43-yard line. First down, Panthers.
The only options are to call it, decline the penalty, call it incomplete pass, or take intentional grounding. I didn't see what all the confusion was on the field, but there was some. Looks like Knob Noster will take a knee here. They do to take it to halftime. Leading at 24-0 as they get the ball back with 23 seconds left on the clock.
Half with the Panthers leading.
So the Tigers of Salem will go
0.
into the locker room, and they had a lot of positives after those first 2 initial long touchdowns by Knob Noster. 1 on a punt return, 1 on a good run by Livingston. And then, unfortunately, another turnover by the Tigers. They had 3 more in this first half. And finally, the last one resulted in a touchdown by their quarterback, Trey Payne. And that made it 24-0. And we'll give you all the details here at halftime on some of that. But nonetheless, some positives there in that late in that first quarter through the early parts of the second half, and saw a little bit of an offense start to generate here for the Salem Tigers. Let's see if they can continue to make that move forward here as the season continues. And big part of that is Jamal Metcalf. But so Caden Du Bois did a good job. They got a little passing in there, started working a few things in. So let's see if the Tigers can continue that momentum or get something going in the second half. They trail it here at Knob Noster by a score of 24-0. And their marching band is going to be performing here. They put a 20-minute halftime show up. We were not notified of anything about a 20-minute halftime show, but we will see. It is Military Appreciation Night here tonight at Knob Noster, and maybe they've got something planned for halftime that we were not made aware of, but who are we? We're just media guys, right? Anyway, so nonetheless, we are here, and we'll bring you some stats at halftime and get you up to date on what's going on here for the Salem Tigers and the Knob Noster Panthers. It's halftime, 24-0. We're going to take a 3-minute break and come back. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate, estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
or surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
No matter what, every morning, farmers go to work, doing what needs done. The work is unforgiving. The days are long, real long. They nurture, they grow, they harvest. When the day is done, sell the fruits of your labor to your neighbors on Town Screen.
Calling all rodeo fans, the annual Salem Area Chamber of Commerce IPRA ACRA MRCA Pro Rodeo is coming to the Commons this Labor Day weekend at 7:30 each night. Produced by Outlaw Rodeo Production, you'll see the excitement of rough stock, timed events, plus Blake Skaggs mini buckers. There's also a calf scramble for the youngsters and a salute to our veterans. Lots of vendors, pony rides, and carnival games. Come out and watch all the excitement at the Commons in Salem this Labor Day weekend.
Here at Knob Noster, marching band is performing here at halftime. I want to thank all of you for joining us on KSMO Media, whether you're listening to it on the radio side on KSMO AM 1340, FM 95.7, or streaming with us at KSMOradio.com, our Twitch account, or our KSMO YouTube page, or KSMO Facebook. Not a good start for the Salem Tigers in this one, as Knob Noster came at their home opener, and they came out flying and got a big return of a punt and then a big long run, and their crowd absolutely got into this one early on. But then the Tigers defense settled down and played some pretty good ball, and game was pretty even after that. And then a fumble by the Salem Tigers near midfield gave Knob Noster an opportunity to score in that second quarter, in which they actually struggled to do, but they finally got it done. It was a good run by their quarterback, as he really read the play well. Fake going to his right, just fake handoff to Livingston, then went back to the left side. He had a lot of green in front of him, was able to make things, well, make the touchdown happen, but made things happen by doing a little bit of misdirection on the Salem Tigers and making sure that the defense really couldn't just key on one guy, and they have been kind of keying on Livingston, and that's why their quarterback, Trey Payne, actually took it the other way and was able to get that touchdown. So we'll go over a little bit of the stats in this one, but before we do, I do want to remind everybody that you have that opportunity to go online and get to our website at KSMOradio.com. We have the opportunity for you to get a stadium blanket. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything. And we're not going to sell any information. We're not giving anything away. We just want you to have a blanket courtesy of our State Representative Ron Copeland. It's a fantastic blanket. It's lined, but it's also weatherproof. Fantastic. Comes in its own tie bag. You get it. Doesn't cost you a thing. All you need to do is put in this key word. The key word is victory. Yep, victory. And the winner will be announced on the 7th day of September, which is before our next KSMO media event, which will be the Lady Tiger volleyball game with Owensville from the high school gymnasium. So again, register on the splash page. You can see it there. It takes you right to the page for you to sign up. All you need to do is put in the word victory and either a phone number or an email or a way that we can get in touch with you to let you know if your name has been selected. Now, whether you're watching live or listening back on a delayed basis or after the fact, doesn't matter. You can still qualify. Go ahead and go to that page on our KSMO website and go ahead and enter. You got all the way till next Thursday, so you got plenty of time all weekend long to do this one. Again, the key word is victory, and our winner will be announced on September the 7th. And we'll be giving that bag away, and you'll be able to come down to the radio station, pick it up, absolutely free. Again, it's a beautiful Salem Tiger stadium blanket, courtesy of State Representative Ron Copeland. And we're going to be giving those away all season long, so we hope you'll be listening and watching here on KSMO Media for us to do that, and we hope you're going to enjoy it here on KSMO Media, especially when it gets a little cooler. Right now, we've had some beautiful weather here tonight. It's been so much better than last week. Can't even imagine, tell you that. But it's been a very pleasant night here at Knob Noster. Not very pleasant early on for the Salem Tigers, as Knob Noster was able to take advantage of a couple of early opportunities, and they built that 16-0 lead and sat on it till late in the second quarter, and they had increased it to 24-0 here at halftime. So let's talk a little bit about some of those stats for the first half. For the Salem Tigers, I'm going to give you those stats first. Jamal Metcalf has really been a shining star in this game. He's played well, played good on defense, played good on offense. He's got 14 carries for 61 yards for the Salem Tigers. And he has had some really good runs and shown it's really starting to develop as a running back. You're watching him look for the holes, and then when he hits it hard. So the opponent just doesn't have to just knock him down. They got to bring him down. So that's really a good sign to watch from Jamal. Ray Cunningham has had 5 carries. He's got 14 yards. And then Caden DuBois, 3 carries for -7. DuBois 0 for 2 passing with 1 interception in the contest. One of his passes, obviously there was pass interference on. We didn't even count that really as a pass, but even though we should, I guess, have to call that a pass. But we'll just call it 0 for 2 at this time. Still no completions for DuBois on the night. Last week he was able to hook up a couple times with Cash Howard, but it looks like good job by Knob Noster of kind of keeping Howard under wraps. They've kind of got him just smothered out there when DuBois went back to pass. 68 total yards for the Salem Tigers in that first half. For Knob Noster, and by the way, notice that Rick's not with me tonight, so I'm doing a lot of this stuff on my own here, and don't realize how nice it is to have Rick along. So Rick, if you're listening, you owe me, man. Well, I got to tell you. Anyway, Sam Livingston, 7 carries, 94 yards. Of that 94, 81 came on 1 carry. Trey Payne, he's got 38 yards. Of that 38, 34 came on 1 carry. They have 132 yards in rushing yardage in that first half with a couple of touchdowns. Trey Payne was 4 of 8, 37 yards. And he did have a couple of 2-point conversions in there as well. 1 to Quinones and also 1 to Garrow. So 2-point conversions for him. Though they were not able to complete a 2-point conversion last week against Versailles, and that's what cost them the game. Is they lost that game 28-26, but they were able to convert all 3 of theirs tonight against the Salem Tigers. So a total of 169 total yards for Knob Noster in that first half. So it's not as big a blowout as it looks, because the punt return that we're going to tell you about, that does not count for offensive yardage. So that big play, it's not included at all. Knob Noster had a total of 2 first downs. 2, count them. They actually had a lot of what would have been a lot of first downs, but most of them were called back on penalties. So they didn't have the first downs. They just continued the first down where they were before. So anyway, nonetheless, just 2 first downs in that first half. Salem ended up with 4 first downs in that first half. But unfortunately for the Salem Tigers, the fumble bug bit them again. A couple of fumbles, 1 on a return and 1 also in midfield that ended up costing him a touchdown near the end of the second quarter. And Caden DuBois also threw an interception out near midfield as well in the game. So 3 more turnovers for the Salem Tigers. Knob Noster has not turned the ball over in the game today. Penalties, wow. Penalties. Holy cow. Well, first off, if you've been with us all night long, we've explained that these officials are doing something a little bit different. I've never seen it done before. They spot the ball, but as they're spotting the ball, they're just dropping the arm and they're starting the clock. Now, I don't know if that's intentional, if it's the press box guys doing it by accident. I don't know. But the play clocks are running out too quick on both teams. It's not just for the Salem Tigers, but for the Panthers as well. But Salem Tigers had 4 penalties for a total of 25 yards in that first half. For Knob Noster, they had 11 penalties for 115 yards. And a lot of those penalties negated first downs that they would have had. So 115 yards in penalties. That's a lot of yardage, and that's the first half. I think last week, it was 135, 140 yards for St. James in the whole game. We still got 24 minutes to go. Whew. Amazing. Anyway, nonetheless, 115 yards in penalties for Knob Noster, but no turnovers and 2 first downs. So, see what the Tigers can do. They're going to have to go on defense to start out the second half. So it'll be up to the defense to try and shut them down and give the ball back to the offense. And like I said, the offense has shown some spurts here tonight, and which is good. We didn't see a lot last week. See a little bit more this week. It'd be nice for them to get in the end zone and break that schneid, but nonetheless, you got to start little steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, and that's what the Tigers are going to need to do here today. They trail it at halftime, 24-0. Now, on this Labor Day holiday, we appreciate you joining us on KSMO Radio, and we also want to remind everybody to drive safely. A lot of people out and about, and I mean the roads coming here to Knob Noster are pretty crowded. So if you are going to be traveling on this Labor Day holiday weekend, please drive safely. And again, not just driving on the roads. If you're if you are going to be heading to the lake, using your boat, use some common sense and be very cautious there as well. A lot of people, this is like the last hurrah of summer, so you definitely want to make sure that you're very safe in your travels. And again, take your time, be well prepared, get well rested. If you need to take a break, pull over, go to a convenience store, gas station, park, roadside park, whatever you need to kind of regain your senses and, just kind of slow it down. Like I said, a lot of people on the road coming up this way, and all we can tell you is it's going to be that way probably all weekend long. The weather looks to be fantastic, and we hope everybody has a safe and happy Labor Day holiday. It is Labor Day, and that usually means one thing in Salem, rodeo. And their big rodeo is going to be out at the Commons. That's going to be Saturday night and Sunday night, 7:30 each evening. If you've never been to the rodeo out there, it's not very expensive. It's, very, very cheap. $8 for your tickets in advance. I think you still get them tomorrow morning at some of the banking locations, and still at $8. And then $4 for children. That's bought in advance. If you can't buy them in advance, $10 at the gate, $5 for children. That's children 11 and under. So you can definitely check that out. The rodeo is fantastic. I want to tell you, Lance McCullum does a fantastic job bringing his troops in. The livestock, the show, the clowns, everything that goes along with it. It's really a well-produced show. It's got fireworks in it. You'll really enjoy it and watch the artistry of rodeo. There really is an art to it. And watch these young men and women. There's some high schoolers that are going to be competing in this. And there's also going to be some other professional rodeo guys and girls that are going to be in this to try to win some points, because if you're not familiar with rodeo, and I'm not all that familiar with rodeo, but I do know that a lot of their events are coming down near the end of the year. So if they want to earn points, they've got to attend these rodeos, and they've got a place. So one of those things, that's pressure on them to get that done. The rodeo, Saturday night, Sunday night, out at the Commons, 7:30. And it will be $10 at the gate for adults, $5 for children, 11 and under. And so get the whole family out, very, very inexpensive. There's all kind of other neat stuff out there as well. There's going to be booths. There'll be food. There'll be some kids' games, all kinds of neat stuff out there at the Commons for the rodeo. That's Saturday night and Sunday night. It's 24-0 here. Knob Noster leading it here at halftime here at Knob Noster, Missouri. The Panthers got off on the board early and did it twice pretty early, and that kind of set the tone for the game early on. You thought this is just going to be really one ugly game. The Tiger defense really came forward and stood up and played a lot better, and we're going to tell you all about how the scoring happened when we come back in 2 minutes. We're going to take that 2-minute break and return. We're in Knob Noster, Missouri. It's Salem Tigers trailing the Panthers 24-0. Back in 2 minutes. This is Tiger Football and KSMO Media.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Town & Country Supermarkets. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available. Then clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop at the store for your favorite items, then tell us your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan this QR code to learn more and start saving more today.
With our outstanding local sponsors, we are able to bring you this and many other community broadcasts. Some of these sponsors include United Country Real Estate, The Local on 4th Street, Country Chic Boutique and Photography, Hub's Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, Tater's Sporting Goods and Taxidermy LLC, Melvin's Motors, and more. Be sure to thank these sponsors for helping bring you Salem Tiger Sports right here on KSMO Media.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Do-it-right deals are going on now at K&H Auto Supply, where you'll find spray-away glass cleaner, 2 for $9, Blue Devil radiator flush for $6.99 a quart, and Blaster silicone spray for only $8.99. K&H Auto Supply, your Park City Auto Parts store right here in Salem.
Park City. Yeah, Park City. Park City.
Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center in Salem is here for all of your veterinary needs. From your house cat to a herd of cattle, Dr. Cunningham and her expert staff are here to help. Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center is committed to providing your animals with the highest level of care and support. Schedule an appointment today for checkups, boarding, surgery, supplies, or even 24/7 emergency services for established clients. Stop by or call in today and get the veterinary care that your pets deserve.
We welcome you back to Knob Noster. Want to thank Figs and Ivy Vintage Market and Hometown Suites for being a proud supporter of our Salem Tigers. They wish them the very best all season long in all their endeavors, whether it be football or volleyball or basketball or even the choir or any of the Quiz Bowl people and all those different activities that go on, FFA, etc. Good luck. The best to you from your friends at Figs and Ivy Vintage Market and Hometown Suites. Proud to be a supporter of your Salem Tigers. We want to thank Ozark Overhead Door, who provides our score bug. Zane and the gang do a tremendous job, and we really thank them for doing that. It allows you to keep up to date on what we do with the scores, and as I mentioned, Zane does that for the sports. We really appreciate that. Ozark Overhead Door, proud sponsor of our score bug, and we want to thank Zane again, a tremendous supporter of our Salem Tigers. Scoring-wise in this game, well, it all happened quick. Well, not all of it, but most of it did. Salem Tigers received the opening kickoff. They lost the coin toss, and they went 3 and out. They punted the ball, and it was a pretty good punt by Jamal Metcalf, and I give a lot of credit to Mr. Quinones. Andres reached back over his head. 2 Salem Tiger defenders were right there. And he reached over his head, grabbed it, and then spun and got past the first 2 Salem Tigers defenders. Then he kind of dipsy-doodle around, was able to kind of avoid a couple more tackles, and then find a seam on the left side of the field and just took it down the rest of the way for a 65-yard punt return for a touchdown. A lot of credit to that young man, not only just to keep presence of mind, but also just to wait it out, the presence, to be patient, and then wait for that opening, in which he did, and then was able to take the ball all the way down. Then the Salem Tigers got the ball back. They were not able to get anything done. They punted the ball back to Livingston, or punted the ball back to
Leela Gentry.
Knob Noster, who then got some penalties. They had the ball up around the 40-yard line. The ball kept getting penalized. They moved all the way back to the 19-yard line.
Howard.
And for the 19, Trey Payne handed the ball off to Livingston. What looked like it's going to be about a 5 to 7 yard gain. But Livingston broke a couple tackles, moving from his left to his right. Then he got toward the right sideline and went all the way back across the field and found some openings and holes, and then took it all the way back down the field for a touchdown. 81-yard run. He probably ran about 140 yards in that run, but he was hesitating. He was watching, looking for blocks, and a really good job by Livingston running that ball back 81 yards. That was at the 6:22 mark of the first quarter, and at that time, still with 6:26 left, it was already 16-0 after Quinones got the 2-point conversion from Payne back in the first quarter on their very first touchdown. And then Payne threw one to Garrow, another 2-point conversion, and that was 16-0. Then the Tigers' defense got tough. Even though the interception was thrown by Du Bois, they were able to stop that. Tigers did fumble again, though, late in that second quarter. A Metcalf fumble, and Tigers could not hold the Panthers out again. This time, though, again, they were able to withstand the initial pressure. But then Payne, after running the ball through Sam Livingston twice to the left side and also trying to throw the ball to the left side, one of them brought back by a penalty, then took it to, I say left side from the defensive side, went to the right side of the defense. He went to his left, and after a fake to Livingston to the right, went to his left, took it down the left sideline and into the end zone for 34 yards. The 2-point conversion was good by Payne himself, 24-0. That's where we stand right now, as Salem will kick off to the Panthers to start this second quarter. Don't forget, if you'd like to get that stadium blanket, courtesy of Ron Copeland, our state representative, all you have to do is go on our KSMO website, click on the Ron Copeland Stadium Blanket giveaway under the current events tab at the top of the page, or just go to KSMOradio.com and click on the giveaway button. That's all you got to do. Once you get to that page, you need to enter the word victory, and a winner will be selected on September 7th. Now remember, you got to put a way for us to contact you, either a phone number or an email, and if you're selected, we'll give you a call or we'll send you an email and say, hey, you have won that Ron Copeland Stadium blanket. It's absolutely free, and it really is a beautiful, beautiful blanket. So we're ready to get this one underway in the second half. Short kick being brought back by Knob Noster, and a big block and another big run. Going down the field, and unless he falls down, it's going to be another touchdown. And this one taken by number 6, Morgan Elwell. Elwell with a 71-yard touchdown run.
Number 6, Morgan Elwell, returns the kickoff for a touchdown.
Elwell, one of their better receivers.
Way to go, Mo.
So a punt return and now a kickoff return. And at just 11:47, 13 seconds into this quarter, it's 30-0. Elwell got a great block at about the 37-yard line that opened up that hole, and you could just tell right then and there that unless he almost fell down. He almost tripped over one of his own players. And in high school ball, once you go down, now unsportsmanlike conduct again called against Knob Noster. Wow. Don't know what they did.
Penalty against the Panthers is unsportsmanlike conduct. That will take the touchdown off the board, but gives the Panthers the ball at the Tiger 27-yard line.
So they take the touchdown off the board. Wow. What a mistake that is. But they have the ball at the Salem Tiger 26-yard line. Payne gets it, rolls to the right side. He tries to turn that corner. Payne gets a block, and he goes down around the 10-yard line. Big play over there by the Tiger player, Atticus Givens.
15, Trey Payne. Tackle by number 3,
saved a
Atticus
touchdown.
Givens.
A 16-yard gain by Payne.
Payne moves the ball inside the 11-yard line.
So it'll be first and 10 from about the 11. So Knob Noster only had 2 first downs, gets one here. Payne off to Livingston, trying to reverse his field. He is hit, and we get inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. About 4 Tigers finally got him down there, gain of 4.
Ball carried by number 24, Sam Livingston. Tackle by number 71.
Second down.
Jaden
About
Ard.
6 yards to go.
Gain of 4 on the play. Second down, 6.
Payne in the gun. He waits. Gives it off to Livingston again. He's trying to go from his left to his right. He reverses field. Has a bunch of room. Livingston is going to be very close. He's in for the touchdown. Livingston from about 7, we'll call it 8 yards out.
Sam Livingston takes it to the house.
8-yard run for Livingston at the 10:50 mark. Here in his third quarter, makes it 30-0. He reversed field, going to his left, cut back, and then got a burst of speed up and just ran over some Salem Tigers. Payne back to throw for the 2-point conversion instead. A lot of running room, and he'll take it in for the touchdown.
Number 15, Trey Payne, the ball carrier. 2-point conversion is good. Knob Noster leads 32-0.
Payne takes it in for the 2-point conversion. And our score is 32-0. Well, I tell you what, that kickoff might have taken a little steam out of the Tigers after coming back, but you have to give a lot of credit. That's a demoralizing play to have points taken off the board on a kickoff return, but it didn't affect Knob Noster. They came right back and were able to finish off their play. But boy, oh boy. If I was Elwell, I'd be kind of ticked off, but I'm not sure what the play was called on the unsportsmanlike conduct. Don't know where it came from, but didn't see the flag even get thrown. So I don't know where it was, at the end zone or down the field. But they moved the ball back to the 26-yard line. So obviously it was somewhere around the 11 that somebody did something. But nonetheless, they come right back and they make up for it and score, make it 32-0. The 8-yard run from Livingston. Payne's 2-point conversion good. 32-0, Knob Noster. Payne to kick off. And he squips one down, taken there by the Salem Tigers. Here's Mendenhall trying to get to the left side, still on his feet, and Evan taken backwards after getting out to close to the 30-yard line.
Kickoff taken by number 6, Evan Mendenhall. He returns the ball to the
32-0, Knob Noster.
30-yard line where he's tackled by number 55.
Big returns on some
Aiden
kicks.
Cruz. First down, Tigers.
Special teams have not been the best. The Salem Tigers tonight. Punt return and that kickoff return. Even though it was called back, we're going to see one or two of those a season. We'll see one early in the game on the punt and then one here to start the second half on the kickoff. Cade Du Bois back at quarterback in the I formation. Tigers trying to figure this one out. Give it to Metcalf, and Jamal will get a couple of yards. Take it down the play.
Ball carried by number 22,
number
Jamal
27,
Metcalf.
and that's
Tackled by
Brody
number
Gentry.
27, Brody Gentry.
Gain of 2.
Gain of 2, second down, 8.
Just underway, third quarter. If you're joining us late, it's been all Knob Noster for the most part tonight with some big plays. Not a lot of offense because they've had a lot of penalties, but a lot of big plays that have damaged the Tigers tonight. Here's Metcalf up the middle with a good hard run. Ball comes loose, though, right into the hands of Knob Noster. They turned around on a fumble recovery. Still on his feet and finally going down. And a flag's going to come in on a late hit for Salem Tigers. Down to 26-yard line. A little bit of frustration coming out there. Metcalf had that ball stripped out.
Fumble picked up by number 5, Andres Quinones.
And Quinones brought it back. There's a flag down on the field as well.
26-yard line, tackled there by number 6, Evan Mendenhall.
Salem had a flag thrown on Front Sports, I'm sure, for a late hit. But there's a flag in the middle of the field. I don't know what that one is for. So we'll see what the officials are going to say here. They have a player down who got hit late. But we'll wait on that. I don't know. It's in front of the Panther bench. We are unable to tell who that player is. We're not going to speculate. Normally at this time, they usually would send the other team to their sideline. I'm kind of surprised they aren't sending the Tigers over there. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Salem Tigers. Well, what's the other flag for?
Injured Panthers, number 5, Andres.
And that was Quinones with
penalty against the Tigers.
Who was slow in getting up. He's the one that recovered the fumble. Fumble number 4.
Personal foul penalty against the Tigers will be added to the end of the run.
So a fumble after about a 4-yard gain for Metcalf.
And the second penalty against the Tigers, unsportsmanlike conduct. After both penalties, the ball rests at the 6-yard line.
So Tigers are penalized twice. One, a personal foul, and then one for unsportsmanlike conduct. So it's going to put the ball down to Salem Tiger 6-yard line. Payne has it, gives it off to Livingston up the middle. Livingston is into the end zone for an easy touchdown.
Number 24, Sam Livingston making another.
And now another flag goes down and getting a little bit crazy down there, starting to get a little bit rambunctious. Payne went in there after one of the Tiger players. And also in there for Knob Noster was Sam Livingston. So flags are down again after the touchdown by Livingston from 8 yards out. And the officials are trying to get this game under control, but it's not pretty right now. Another 8-yard run for Livingston. And the official still waiting on the call here. Touchdown. Well, we knew that. Unsportsmanlike conduct against both teams. They're going to wash. And so the touchdown will stand.
Counts, offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct.
So it's 38-0. Both teams with unsportsmanlike calls. And a new quarterback in right now. Number 13 is Cole Lanimore. Lanimore gives it, trying to get it in. Hand that ball off to number 4, Elijah Avery, and two-point conversion fails. So Lanimore came in at quarterback.
Ball carried by number 4, Eli Avery. Tackle short of the goal line.
So the two-point conversion fails. It's 38-0.
Knob Noster leads 38-0.
And I wonder if they're going to start that robo clock actually a little bit early because of the contentiousness right now on the field. I've not seen it start this early in the second half, but both coaches can agree to that. Don't know if the officials are going to ask them. But I'm sure we're going to find out. So back-to-back 8-yard touchdowns by Livingston here in the third quarter with in between themselves about a minute and 3 seconds. After the fumble by Metcalf, the ball was brought back. 2 personal fouls, 1 in the middle of the field and 1 for a late hit. With 30 yards of penalties, got the ball all the way down to the 8-yard line, and Livingston went in from there, and then after the initial one after the penalty on the kickoff, and then he got another one after those 2. That was pretty easy. 38-0. We will see. How many changes are going to be made here? And I'm assuming there'll be quite a few. Especially for Knob Noster. It looks like they're kind of going with their second team players already. The number 29, Bryson Wiggy, will kick it off. 38-0, 9:37 to go in the third quarter. Wiggy's kick is fairly short, comes down, taken by the Tigers, and that is Givens trying to turn to the corner. Givens up the middle, breaks to about the 34-yard line. Atticus has done a pretty good job for the Tigers on the special teams. He's a little shaken up.
Kickoff taken by number 3, Atticus Givens, who retired.
Ball the 35-yard line.
Tiger 33-yard line.
So spot his knee down to 33, and that's where it will start out. 1st and 10. So the clock is already running. So Givens okay, checks back in the contest. Tigers, again, kind of late getting on the field with the play as Du Bois comes in. Mendenhall comes back in. Mendenhall will come wide to the right side. Wide to the left goes Silas Du Bois. Kane giving us one off up the middle and trying to get some yardage is Givens. Atticus will pick up 2 yards.
Ball carried by number 3, Atticus Givens. Tackle by number 7, Alex Garrow.
Atticus giving it.
Gain of 1, second down 9.
Good try here. Got a yard, almost a yard and a half. I'm going to go ahead and give him 2.
At the press box.
They've got him close enough to the 35-yard line.
South for providing food to the booth tonight, as well as Sonic of Knob Noster.
Gillies wide to the left side as Du Bois goes back, gives it to Givens again. Givens trying to work a little bit of magic, gets about 3 yards. Well, make it 2. Going to put his knee down at the 42.
Atticus Givens, tackle by number 7, Alex Garrow.
It'll bring up 3rd and about 6.
Gain of 3.
We're in the third quarter. Knob Noster with 2 fast touchdowns here early in the third quarter have taken control of the game. 38-0. Caden Du Bois at quarterback. Wants to throw. Gets some pressure. Rolls to his right. Fires that ball out, and it's incomplete. And Du Bois got a pretty good pop back there. He's slow and getting up again.
For number 4, Ray Cunningham, is incomplete.
I believe he got hit
by number 1.
By
James
number
Williams.
35, Carter Boulay.
3rd down 6.
So let's bring up 4th down and 6 yards to go. KSMO for 4 on the night. And the Tigers trying to determine what's going on. Well, no punters out there, and it looks like they're going to have to burn a timeout. 38-0. Knob Noster on top. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture see. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Or a friend looking for a great place to work? Look no further.
We are back at Knob Noster, Missouri on this Labor Day weekend. We hope you have a good one. Don't forget on the radio side, Cardinal Baseball with Pittsburgh coming up immediately following this one.
We are always hiring. Come join our team.
6:37 to go, third quarter. Salem for the fourth, and about 6.
For Knob Noster Public Schools.
See what they want to do, and Coach Neil Myers
sent to Knob Noster Elementary and Whiteman Elementary.
Trying to mix things up a little bit, trying to find that right spark.
Through Stephen Covey's
Never
program.
Never easy to do sometimes with the adversity is in your face, but every coach goes through it. Don't you wish every year would be 10-0 and everything would go perfect, but it just doesn't happen that way. So the Tigers will punt. Metcalf is back in there. Metcalf back in, stands inside his 25-yard line. Low snap. He's going to have to run it. He takes off trying to get to the outside. He's not going to make it. He's going to lose 2 yards.
Ball carried by number 22, Jamal Metcalf.
Snap was a little bit short.
Number 6, Morgan Elwell.
Elwell brought him down after he tried to go to the outside.
Tigers failed to make the line to gain, turn the ball over on downs. Knob Noster takes over first and 10.
Knob Noster will have the ball at the 34-yard line.
At the Salem 34-yard line.
And we're going to have some different players in there. Looks like their quarterback will be Cole Larimore. So Larimore at quarterback. Takes the snap, hands that ball off, and getting about 5 yards. Running the ball is Elijah Avery.
Ball carried by number 4, Eli Avery. Tackled by number 72, Dominic Berry.
Give him a gain of about 4. Spot his knee down, short of the 30-yard line.
Gain of 4, second down 6.
Avery checks out. Or comes to the sideline. Maybe they're going to talk to the coach. Or maybe they're going to be rotating people in. They put Payne back in along with Livingston. But the second team guys get a little touch of it. Keeping it is Avery. Avery up the middle now. Cuts back against the grain, trying to bring more tackles. Still on his feet. Gets to about the 22-yard line. And a gain of about 10 yards and a first down.
Ball carried by number 15, Trey Payne. Tackled by number 14, Ira Barton.
So Payne with a 10-yard carry. 65 yards on the night for him.
21-yard line. First down, Panthers.
And they get the first down. Play clock down to 10. Payne and Livingston stay in. Keeping it is Payne again. Has some running room up the middle. Trying to dance his way down. And he'll run the ball to about the 12-yard line. Shy of the first down.
Ball carried by number 15, Trey Payne.
By number 57 of Salem, Gavin Sapal. Gain of 9.
Gain of 9, second down 1.
74 yards now for Payne. I think he's trying to get to 100. That'd be my guess. At 38-0, Knob Noster. Payne gets it again. This time gives it to Livingston, trying to get to the outside. He has it and turns the corner. Very close to a first down. I'm sorry, very close to a touchdown, down around the 3.
Ball carried by number 24, Sam Livingston.
That would be a gain of just about
pushed out of bounds
9.
at the 2-yard line. First and goal, Panthers.
And Livingston now at 123 yards on 11 carries. Hand off at the middle, not getting in this time is Livingston.
Ball carried by number
He was
24,
tripped up
Sam
by number
Livingston.
14,
Fouled
Ira
by number
Barton.
14, Ira Barton.
Be a loss of 1.
No gain on the play, 2nd and goal.
Second down goal now from the just inside the 4. 38-0, 2:39 and counting. Passing attack has not really been needed tonight by Trey Payne. They have kept the ball on the ground and have been successful doing so. Payne gets it, wants to fire it out to Livingston. Livingston will just take it into the end zone easy.
Pass complete to number 24, Sam Livingston. Play results in a touchdown. However,
The
there
flag
a
is
flag on the
down.
play.
Holding against the Panthers. Now everybody just kind of stopped on the field when the flag went up, even before the play was over. That was really a weird looking play because like everybody knew it and they just let him go in the end zone and just nobody tackled, nobody did anything, even on the offensive side. They just kind of stood there. So a 10-yard penalty negates the pass.
Penalty against the Panthers is holding 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Remains 2nd down. Hey, if you are hungry or want to have a Coke and a smile, you better head to the concession stand now, as the concession stand will be closing at the end of the 3rd quarter.
All right, let's see they try it. Maybe a pass this time. Ball outside the 10. Ball's loose on the ground as the snap looked like it hit the center's leg and deflected, and Payne had to jump on it for a loss of a yard, maybe 2.
Fumble on the play recovered by number 15, Trey Payne. Loss of 3, 3rd and goal.
So it'll be a 3rd and goal
Tiger
from about
13-yard
the
line.
13. Again, 2-by-2 on the receiving core in motion. Garrow. Payne looks left, wants to throw it back across the middle, and the ball is caught for a touchdown. In the back of the end zone, wide open.
Trey Payne's
Number
pass is
30 to
complete
Trevor
number
Hudson.
30, Trayvon Hudson. Touchdown, Panthers!
Hudson from 13 yards out. And the first touchdown for Payne in the game. Two-point conversions coming up next. Payne wants to throw. Looks right, fires it across the middle, and it is good. It's a good two-point conversion to Livingston.
Payne's pass complete to number 24, Sam Livingston. 2-point conversion is good. Knob Noster now leads 46-0.
46-0.
The softball team will look to get back on the winning column this week when they open conference play against Holden here in Knob Noster. The soccer team heads to Smithton to compete.
So
in
a
the Smithton
13-yard
tournament
pass from
next week.
Payne, and then the two-point
Volleyball
conversion.
Got a big win versus Green Ridge for their first win, and their next match will be on September 7th at Warsaw.
And it's 46-0.
Cross country will begin its season on Tuesday.
Well, it's been one of those
at
nights.
Higginsville.
113 remains as the winds start to pick up a little bit here. Hubs Tire Center is a proud supporter of
And
Salem
the
Tigers. Wishing them the very best the rest of the year.
for
Go
their
Big
next
Blue.
match. Start time
In
will be
volleyball,
at 4
softball, and
p.m.
all your sports,
Panther
go Big Blue
football
from Hubs
returns home
Tire
next
Center.
week versus the Windsor Greyhounds
And the
in
country
first
chic
ever matchup
boutique and photography.
between
Also
neighbors.
proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Wishing them the very best.
Also,
Go
will be
Big
Youth
Blue
and Cancer
from
Awareness
the
Night.
chic
Come out and show your Panther
boutique.
support.
Payne, one touchdown pass in this game. Had 4 last week, 1 this week. But the running game has been very good for the Panthers tonight. And with some short fields, too, and making it even easier. Payne will kick it off. Kickoff is going to go out of bounds. Salem can take that ball at the 35-yard line or make them re-kick it. We're at Knob Noster. Next week we'll be in Houston. Take on the Tigers. They'll be looking for that first win next week in SCA play. Travel down to Houston. We'll be there to bring it to you here on KSMO Media. 7 o'clock start time next Friday night from Houston, Missouri.
The Panthers as the kickoff went out of bounds. That gives the ball to the Tigers.
So Salem Tigers,
Salem 35
offense will start.
First down, Tigers.
At the 35. First and 10 with 1:13 to go in the third quarter. 46-0. Knob Noster has that lead. They scored 3 times here in the third quarter. And the play is
Timeout,
being stopped as Salem was going to have to burn a timeout.
This is their second charge timeout of the half.
And they will. With a score, Knob Noster 46, Salem nothing. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Salem Memorial District Hospital believes that our community deserves the very best healthcare one could offer. We understand that all physicians need the highest quality images to thoroughly treat each situation. With you in mind, Salem Memorial District Hospital has brought these services home, and that includes our new state-of-the-art MRI. Don't waste your time and money driving long distances. Let us take care of you here at home. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
Courts are off limits to all spectators, and spectators should...
And don't forget the locals, a proud supporter of Salem Tigers. The local on 4th Street. Got some great food. Check it out for yourself. The local, proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Missouri won last night, 35-10, in case you did not know that. They beat South Dakota. They'll be off until the 9th of September. And take on, I think, Middle Tennessee. I don't know. I think so. Anyway, but that'll be 9th. That game will be at 6 o'clock, and that'll be on KSMO. So Missouri, Coach Drinkowitz gets that first win of the year. Always a big win. Tiger Silas Dubois hands that ball off and trying to find a little bit of running room before getting thrown back. Here's Ray Cunningham. He gets about 3.
Ball carried by Ray Cunningham.
Second down,
Tackled
7.
by number 69, John Reynolds.
And there will be some, I'm assuming some of these are our second players already out there for Knob Noster. I haven't seen some guys, numbers I haven't seen. And Silas Dubois in a quarterback for Salem. Silas handing that ball off again, and Tigers trying to get a little bit of momentum going. As Cunningham gets about 2, maybe 2.5 more yards. And that should take us up to the end of the third quarter, and it will. We have played 3 here at Knob Noster. 46-0 Panthers. We're going to come back in 1 minute. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
When I meet a new loan customer, I try to drop everything that I was working on prior to them coming in my office and focus directly on what their needs are at the time, whether it be a new car, their first house. I focus directly on what they are telling me and what they are needing, and it doesn't matter if it's a small $1,000 loan or a $200,000 house. I try to treat every client the same.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Ready to start the fourth quarter. We're in Knob Noster, Missouri for this Labor Day weekend. Hope you're going to have a good one and hope the weather works as well for you as it has all week long. It has been beautiful. It's a gorgeous night here tonight. Unfortunately, the scoreboard does not reflect that for the Salem Tiger fans. Down 46-0. 3rd and 5 as Du Bois hands that ball off, and getting crunched hard was Atticus. Givens got hit, popped back after a gain of 1.
Tackled by number 7, Alex Garrow.
Garrow, who's the first teamer, smacked him down, got him up right around the chest and just pushed him down.
4.
So Givens gets a yard, but Garrow made sure it goes no more than that. Dropping back, as Salem will punt. And Trey Parsons is going to punt. Is James Williams. Snap back to Parsons, and he gets off a good punt. Williams will field it at the 20-yard line. Up the middle, turns to the outside, gets a block. Now wants to reverse his field and hit from behind and taken down. Bringing him down for the Salem Tigers.
Punt taken by number
Owen
1,
Hamilton.
James Williams.
Return of about 11 yards. I'll make that actually 16 yards. I'll move him out to 36.
First down, Panthers.
So let's see what the Panthers do here. As Larimore goes back out at quarterback. Clock is running, by the way. And they're confused over there as well. They've got guys going in and out. Marcus Braven in the backfield. They still do not know, and they still have 14 seconds on the play clock. I don't know how that could be. Anyway, Larimore gets the snap. And knocked out of the hands of the running back. Ball loose on the field, and Salem gets it. The Salem Tigers' Ray Cunningham recovers the ball at the 25-yard line.
Number 4, Ray Cunningham of the Tigers.
So the Salem Tigers
first and 10 at the Knob
try and break that schneid.
25-yard line.
As I believe the handoff was to Connor Morris, and it got knocked out of his hands. And Cunningham recovered the fumble. So Silas DuBois at quarterback. Trying to give the Tigers their first touchdown. Give it to Givens. Givens gets hit for no gain.
Ball carried by number 3, Atticus Givens.
Garrow gets him down.
7, Alex Garrow.
No
Loss
gain
of 1
on that.
The play. Second down, 11.
So second down is still about 11. .8:30 and counting. Ball at the 26-yard line. In the eye, ball loose, and Silas has to fall on it. Silas would look like he wanted to pitch that ball back to Cunningham, but the ball trickled out of his hand.
Silas Dubois. Loss of 2 on the play. Third down, 13.
So Silas just falls on it for a loss of 2. Bring up 3rd and 13 from the 27-yard line. 46-0. Favor of Knob Noster. Tigers are running out of time on the play clock. They're down to 5 seconds. Need to hurry up. And Silas just gets it off. Handoff up the middle, and not getting much of anything is Cunningham. He might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, a gain of 3.
Ball carried by number 4.
So bring a 4th down and
tackle by number 64,
about 11.
Cameron Jones, and 69, John Reynolds. Gain of 2 on the play. 4th down, 11.
Tigers trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time this year. Du Bois has it, gets pushed, still on his feet, wants to throw the ball. He does, fires it down the field, and it's incomplete. No flags are down. Intended out there for Evan Mendenhall, but overthrown. And that will give the ball back
for number
to
6,
the Panthers.
Evan Mendenhall is broken up by number 1, James Williams, and number 10, Keyshawn Calloway.
So,
pass is incomplete.
Tigers 0 for 5 tonight passing, with Caden and Silas Du Bois.
Tigers
and
failed
for
to make
whatever
the right
reason,
turn the ball over on downs. It'll be Knob Noster football, 1st and 10 at the Knob Noster 26-yard line. Timeout on the field for a water break.
And so they're going to give each team a water break here, but they don't want it. Teams don't want it. They just want to go play. The officials should just let them. I don't understand. Neither team was wanting a water break, but the officials are now insisting on it. I don't think I've ever seen that. Well, they are, so we'll take a 30-second break as well. 46-0, Knob Noster on top. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
I'm Dr. Tiffany Bland with Salem Memorial District Hospital. Recently, there have been many changes within our local clinics and hospitals, and you may find yourself looking for a new provider for your children. At SMDH, we would like to reach out to the community to let you know that we do see patients of all ages. Most of our providers are family practice, which means that we have been trained to see well child visits as well as sick visits. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
40 remains in this contest. Salem Tigers down by a score of 46-0. And they'll be at Houston next week. Tigers got to find some answers. Before then, something's got to give. Larimore, quarterback for the Panthers, takes it, hands that ball off, and trying to turn the corner, and getting about 3, maybe 4 yards.
Ball carried by number 4, Eli Avery.
Tackle
Tackled by number 4, Ray Cunningham. Gain of 2, 2nd down 8.
Avery with about a 2.5-yard gain. Larimore with the count. Clock running, 5:55 and counting. Gives it to Avery again, and Avery breaks a tackle and then gets thrown down on a nice tackle by Salem Tigers' Owen Hamilton, but not until he gains about
4, Eli Avery.
4.
Tackled by number 63, Owen Hamilton.
And it'll bring out 3rd down, about 4 yards to go.
Gain of 4, 3rd down 4.
They stay in the gun. They have been all night long. Larimore does it again, gives it off to Avery, and he's hit right away. Coming in for the Salem Tigers and taking him down was Kason Malone.
15, Kason Malone.
He just came in and grabbed him with the shoulders and threw him down for a 2-yard loss.
Loss of 1 on the play, 4th down 5.
So bring up 4th down and about 6. It looks like they're going to have to punt. Down to 4:40 to go. Mendenhall will go back to field it. Back to punt, it looks like. It's Keyshawn Calloway. Low snap. Calloway gets it, trying to get it off. He does. Very short punch, straight up in the air. Is going to come down right around the 40. Takes a bounce straight up, then takes a Panther bounce to about the 48. And it'll come dead right there, and that's where Salem will take over
Panthers
first
gonna
and
get roll
10.
on the punt. Punt's blown dead.
Salem had the ball to Panther 48-yard line.
Tigers take over there, first and 10, Salem.
First and 10. .345 and counting. Tigers will fall to 0-2 and have to go back to work at practice. Special teams got burned tonight, and still too many turnovers. Silas DuBois goes under center. Salem goes in the I formation. And now a timeout called by the Panthers.
This is their first charge timeout of the half.
3:14 to go in the ball game. 46 for Knob Noster and 0 for Salem. We're going to keep it here. And just remind you, if you'd like to get that Ron Copeland Stadium blanket giveaway or you'd like to qualify for it, you have to sign up for your chance to win. It costs you absolutely nothing. All you have to do is go to KSMOradio.com, click on the giveaway button, or go to anywhere on our KSMO website. We can click on the Ron Copeland Stadium blanket button under our current events tab. It's at the very top of the page. All you need to do is fill out a single form telling us who you are, your name, way to contact you, how to reach you if you win, and the key word. The key word tonight is victory. We'll be drawing this blanket out. A winner will be selected on Thursday, by Thursday of next week. So more than likely by Thursday afternoon. And good luck, and a special thank you to our State Representative Ron Copeland for providing us with these beautiful stadium blankets to give to you absolutely free, just for watching or listening on KSMO Media. All right, Silas DuBois and the Tigers on offense. Let's see if we can figure something out here. Silas, get that ball off to He gets 3. With 2:43 to go. Lewis again. This time gets a yard before going down. Coach Myers trying a few different people. Trying to find the answer.
James Lewis, tackled by number 58, Evan Lang.
You got to find that spark, and when you find it, sometimes you can rally the team around it. Without Gopher, without Hovey, this Tiger team kind of without a leader out there.
Third down, 6.
Looking for the right answer. Sometimes that mathematical equation is just very hard to figure out. DuBois in trouble trying to get away. He's trying to outrun everybody. He's not going to be able to do it. He's taken down at midfield after a loss of 5.
Ball carried by number 5. Silas
Pulled down
DuBois,
on the play. 45.
For a loss by 42, Gavin Holland.
Gavin Holland, by the way, is the one bringing him down after a good effort by Silas to try and get away, but he just could not. And Parsons in the punt with 1:25 to go. Clock is running. 46-0 Knob Noster.
Pick up your area and deposit the trash at the receptacles provided.
Trey Parsons will kick. They don't drop anybody back. Tigers are ready to punt. Have to get that last man off the field. Need to snap it. And they finally do with no time left on the clock. Parsons with a low line drive, and it's going to bounce down inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. Nice punt. No flags down. Clock continues to trek down toward the end of this game. So Salem Tigers.
Out of bounds at the Knob Noster 8-yard line. Knob Noster takes over
fall
there.
to 0-2 on the year. And they will be in Houston, as we mentioned, next week. We'll be there to bring it to you right here on KSMO Media. Going to have to take at least probably one snap, maybe not. The officials can't seem to hang on to the football. We may not even get the snap done.
And that will end the game.
They're just going to let it go.
Evening their record at 1-1 with a 46.
They're not even going to make them snap the ball. And so we have played 2 games and 3 touchdowns early in the second half. And the Panthers of Knob Noster defeat the Salem Tigers by a final score of 46-0. And we'll take a 3-minute break and wrap things up here from Knob Noster, Missouri. Tigers lose it 46-0. This is Tiger Sports on KSMO Media.
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate, estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
We welcome you back to Knob Noster. Not a good night for the Salem Tigers. They got off to a tough start on a punt return that went the wrong way. Then a great run by their running back of Knob Noster of 81 yards. And early in the game, just a little over 5 minutes into the game, they were already down by a 16-0 score. They played much better the rest of the first half, though a fumble did lead to one more Knob Noster touchdown before the end of the first half. But in the second half, Knob Noster came out, got on the board quickly, and a punt. Actually, the kickoff return they brought back for a touchdown. It got negated by an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, but they were able to score again just 3 plays later. And then right after that, the Tigers coughed the ball up, and another touchdown scored by Livingston. He had 3 on the night. and it just went down. It just got bad from there. Neither team played very disciplined football in that second half. Early in the second half, as a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties were called, and finally it just have to put this one aside and go back to the drawing board and figure out something for the Salem Tigers, whose offense just cannot seem to get on track. Jamal Metcalf had a pretty good game tonight. Looked like he was going to be breaking a couple, but it always seemed that something just happens. A fumble, bad pitch, something that just negates the offense, and the Tigers just had to figure something out. Coach Neil Myers has got his work cut out for him because right now there's just not a lot of cylinders cooking. So we got to figure something out, and I'm sure he'll be doing his best to achieve that as quickly as possible. Let's go ahead and give you some stats for this one. Trey Payne, he had a heck of a game for the Knob Noster Panthers. Payne scored a touchdown, ran the ball 9 times for 72 yards, and threw the ball 12 times, 7 completions, 1 touchdown, 3 2-point conversions. Pretty good game for that young man. Finished with 6, as I mentioned, 60 yards in passing total on the night. He had 200 and some odd yards in passing last week against Versailles. So Tigers did a pretty good job against them on the passing attack for the night, but the running attack was very, very good. We mentioned Payne with 72 yards, but Sam Livingston at 122 yards and 12 carries. As I mentioned to you just moments ago, he had 3 touchdowns on the night. And from there, you can just look at some returns that happened that opened up a few things as well. So we'll go over those when the scoring comes up. So again, 1 touchdown pass for Payne, but 1 touchdown rushing as well, and then 3 2-point conversions in the contest. And a total yardage, it doesn't sound like much. It's 262 yards. That's not a lot of total yards. When you're given the ball in great field position, or you have returns that bring you back touchdowns or near touchdowns, there's not a lot of that. That yardage is not counted in your offensive yards. So it doesn't show up as offensive stats on the score sheet. So on the night, 262 yards total for Knob Noster as far as offense is concerned for the Salem Tigers. Just didn't have a lot going. Finished up in the second half with 87 total yards. 65 yards of that was Metcalf. Then 22 yards of it was Ray Cunningham. And then we basically just negated everything as Caden DuBois had -7. Atticus Givens had 5, -2 for Silas DuBois, and then 4 for James Lewis, and still all comes out to about 87 yards. Caden DuBois 0 for 4 passing with 1 interception. Silas DuBois 0 for 1 throwing as well. No yards passing for the Salem Tigers. Salem finishes with 4 first downs in the game. All 4 came in the first half. They fumbled the ball 3 times, threw 1 interception. Did have a sack in the game. St. Paul had a great sack in that second quarter. But all in all, not a great night for the Salem Tigers. 6 penalties for 55 yards. For Knob Noster, 13 penalties for 140 yards. Wow. And final score, 46-0. The scoring in this one, it all started back at the 9:04 mark of the first quarter. Quinones on a punt by Jamal Metcalf. Actually, a pretty good punt. He had to reach back over his shoulder, grab the ball, had 2 Tiger defenders closing in on him. He wheeled away from them, then was able to make a little dart to his right, then back to his left, and then went down the left sideline all the way to the end zone. 65-yard kick or punt return, and then the Quinones got a 2-point conversion on a pass from Payne, and that made it 8-0. Then Livingston, as we talked about, after the Tigers has another issue, and they had to punt the ball away again. Livingston, they had the ball back in a pretty good position at the 40-yard line, but they kept getting penalties and moved the ball back to the 19-yard line. And Livingston did just an incredible run as he moved to his right, back to his left, and back to his right, then all the way across the field back to his left, and avoided tackles, broke tackles, you name it, did a little bit of everything. 81-yard run. And at that point, made it 14-0. Then Payne on a pass to Garrow, 2-point conversion. 16-0. Then the Tigers played good defense all the way through, but then a pitch back to Metcalf a little bit behind or a little bit low. I won't say it was a bad pitch, but it was obviously not a perfect pitch to Metcalf. The ball was fumbled, recovered, and then at the 2:57 mark, Payne a 34-yard run, and that made it 24-0 after he went in for the 2-point conversion. Knob Noster got the opening kickoff, took it to the end zone. In the second half, it was called back on unsportsmanlike conduct. Then Livingston, after 3 plays, went in from 8 yards out. That made it 32-0 after Payne then scored on a 2-point conversion. Then Livingston, an 8-yard run after the Tigers turned the ball over. And a fumble by Metcalf was fielded in the air, brought back by Quinones. And Quinones then Tigers got 2 penalties, one for a personal foul and then one for unsportsmanlike conduct. Moved the ball down to the 8. And Livingston on 1 play just went in. And that made it 38-0 as a 2-point conversion failed. And then with 1:12 left to go in the third quarter, Hudson, a 13-yard pass from Payne. A 2-point conversion by Payne to Livingston in the back of the end zone, 46-0. And that's our final score here tonight. So next week we'll be at Houston trying to find that first win, trying to figure it all out. Coach Neil Myers and the entire coaching staff are going to have to work with these Tigers and try and figure out what can work for them. And I know that it's a big job, but that's what they'll do their best in trying to make that happen. You know that's going to happen as well. 46-0 final score for Ben, for Kenny here at Knob Noster. For Jim back at the station, my name is Stan Stevens. Not what we had hoped to have on this Labor Day weekend, but the final score, Knob Noster 46, Salem nothing. We have on the radio side Cardinal baseball coming up next, right here on KSMO Radio, AM 1340, FM 95.7. For those video streaming with us, thanks for joining us. Don't forget Thursday night we'll be at home with our Lady Tigers for volleyball, and they'll be taking on Owensville, the Dutch girls, and we'll be there to bring that varsity match to you here on KSMO. Have a wonderful Labor Day weekend, and good night from Knob Noster.
Thank you for watching this broadcast of Salem Tiger Football on KSMO Media. This game was brought to you by K&H Auto Supply, Salem Memorial Hospital, Farm Bureau Insurance, Salem Memorial Clinic, Country Mart, The Bank of Salem, Napa, Munet Auto Supply, Townscreen LLC, Tax Masters, Town & Country Insurance, Southwest Baptist University, Carroll Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, Hubs Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, New Life Auto, Haters Sporting Good and Taxidermy, Melvin Motors and more, Southtown Furniture, Healthy Dent County, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center Incorporated, United Country Salem Realty, The Local on 4th Street, Country Chic Boutique and Photography, and Ozark Overhead Door LLC. Thanks to those fine sponsors, we're able to bring you Salem Tiger Football on KSMO Media.